Good afternoon and welcome into a matinee of high school basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament as we get ready to round out the final day of the week of basketball here at the Irish Classic Tournament that was. I'm Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel, Brian Denham providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com. That's brought to you by Kyrsten Ross Realty. We get ready for a doubleheader of Chapman basketball against the Rossville Bulldogs here this afternoon from Chapman's District Gymnasium. The other games of the day going on at the exact same time over in the middle school gym here at Chapman, just across the hall, across the Commons area. It will be the Sacred Heart Lady Knights. They start the day taking on Bishop Ward. The Cyclones and the Knights in the guys contest will immediately follow that. You can catch those games as well on a live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Here we have a couple of teams that are both coming off of wins in day 2 of their tournament. And for the Chapman Lady Irish, as we look at them first, they are off to a 1-1 start on the season. They did not play last week. Their first action of the 2023 season was here in this tournament, and they started it off with a loss to Sacred Heart on the first night of the tournament, 43-31. Sacred Heart won that game by 12. Chapman, though, they were able to rebound last night in a big way against Bishop Ward as the Lady Irish won 58-13. This is the team under head coach Michael Wallmeyer in his second year leading the Lady Irish. They were 13-9 a year ago. They have some young talent and some exciting players on this team that we'll tell you about as we go through this afternoon. On the other side of the court will be the Rossville Lady Bulldogs. They are currently ranked 7th in Class 3A in the state of Kansas, and this team is a machine. When you look at scoring, this is a team so far, they've gotten off to a great start, and I don't know that you can ask for a better start than what they got off to. So far, they have beaten Atchison last week in their season opener, 71-20. They then decimated Bishop Ward. I don't know another word to think of, 105-16. Then Rossville won yesterday against the Sacred Heart Lady Knights, 60-45. When you look at Rossville, not only are they the 7th-ranked team in the state by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, they have really a three-headed monster. When you look at Emma Mitchell, and then you also look on their roster, going down the roster, you look at other names like Riley Dick, and then you look at another name with Nora Burdick, who is only a freshman. These girls can really put up some points. So far in the season, through 3 games, Emma Mitchell averaging over 18 points a game, Riley Dick averaging over 18 points a game, and the freshman Nora Burdick averaging 15 points a game. All 3 of them in the starting lineup, boy, they are dangerous. Here's a number I'm going to throw at you, Russ, as we look at the Rossville Lady Dogs. They are averaging, through the first 3 games, 78.6 points per game. They have only given up a total of 81 points. Their offensive average is almost more than the total of points they have given up so far this year.
Yeah, and and it's a well-rounded offense. The 3 scorers that are well over in double figures, 2 almost at 20 points per game. So the Lady Irish are going to have their work cut out for them tonight. I think it's a lot like an offensive-defensive matchup, but you look on the same side as Rossville and you go defense, they're only giving up 30-some points per game, but averaging 78. So if you're Chapman, I think you're going to have to slow down, and once again, you're going to have to get some buckets to fall that you usually wouldn't get.
A couple of names for the Chapman Lady Irish to listen for and watch for on live stream video this afternoon. You can look at Kira Jones on the inside. The 6-foot senior is a 3-year starter. She's been solid ever since she's put on a Chapman jersey. And then a couple of guards on the outside. One, a senior guard that we'll keep an eye on, who is the primary ball handler for this team. That's Alyssa Free. She's a 5'4" senior. And then the youngster that I talked about, the 5'7" sophomore, Avery Bear. Bear is off to a good start so far this season. In their first 2 games, Bear put up 11 points in the loss against Sacred Heart, had 15 yesterday in the win against Bishop Ward. Jones has gone for 6 and 17 so far. They are the 2 leading scorers for the Chapman Lady Irish. And again, this Rossville team ranked in the state of Kansas in the Class 3A, 7th by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. This is a team I flash back to last May, going to the state softball tournament in Manhattan in Class 3A. This is the state champion in Class 3A in softball, Rossville. When you looked up and down their roster, man, it was nothing but juniors and sophomores. Well, those names are still the same when you look at the basketball floor.
Yeah, they're multi-sport athletes up there in Rossville, and you talked about it. When Southeast played this Rossville team up at the state softball tournament last year, it was just loaded with underclassmen. So all of them are back, all of them well into the scoring icons already early in the season.
Games from the Irish Classic Tournament today brought to you by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at RossHouses.com. You can unlock your dreams by calling Kyrsten and getting into your new home. That's Kyrsten Ross at RossHouses.com. You can also look at the Bennington State Bank, a proud supporter of high school athletes, student athletes in the area. They're going through Christmas Open House Madness right now, and at Bennington State Bank, you can enjoy their Christmas Open Houses coming up next week in Minneapolis on Wednesday. They have one in Bennington on Thursday, and then at the Abilene branch on Friday all next week. Those hours are 9 to 4 at all the Christmas Open Houses for Bennington State Bank. You can log on to their website for more information on the Christmas Open Houses going on next week at Bennington State Bank. Also sponsoring this game tonight, or excuse me, this afternoon. I did it, I'm done now. It's still daylight outside. KVK Heating and Air, it's time to get your furnace ready for the winter ahead. Call KVK Heating and Air Conditioning in Woodbine. USD 473 Chapman Schools and Astra Bank, along with Smoky Valley Ag Services. DK Sports and Fitness, also just right down the road here. Judd and Amy Lebo, they do such a great job, and they have all kinds of activities. Just get on their Facebook page and see what is there for you. They have fitness classes you can roll in at any time, and they also have specialty classes. Right now they're getting ready to start a class for softball and baseball players looking ahead to the spring season. Little arm care for you. Keep that cannon in shape for you as you get ready for the spring season. Devin Haney, along with Russ Kossel, Ryan Dennett, we're ready to go here a little bit early in Chapman as they're going to get this thing going about 15 minutes early. Rossville, dressed in their black jerseys, trimmed in red, gray numerals. Chapman in the white home jerseys, trimmed in gray and green. It will be Jones in the center circle, along with Katie Spillman. Jones bails on the jump ball, gives it to Spielman, and Rossville starts out with the basketball. We sit behind the scorers table here at Chapman's District Gymnasium. Big leprechaun logo at center court. Rossville starts out with the basketball. Emma Mitchell has it. She pops to the high post. A flex-type offense being ran here by Rossville, and wide open underneath comes Kinley Porter for the first points of the night. Yeah, and that backside screen wide open right there as Chapman's going to get an uncharacteristic turnover right here with little to no pressure on the ball carrier. But those backside screens, Chapman is going to have to rotate very well and watch for those off-ball screens down low. Ava Locke had a palming violation there, got underneath the basketball. Rossville will have it back underneath their own basket. Mitchell has it, waiting on a player from the baseline, and there she is, and there it is, up and in. Riley Dick just rings the bell from three-point land in the far corner. We're 30 seconds into this game. It's 5-0 Rossville. Another turnover for Chapman. Back to the rim. Spielman gets the contact, and a foul will be called on Avery Bear. Spielman will go to the free throw line after the first foul of the game. Yeah, and Chapman's going to have to maybe slow this down a little bit. You talked about it. We're not even a minute into this game. And Rossville is 2 for 2 from the floor and now going for the stripe. So I think if you're Chapman, you're going to have to break this press and then slow the ball down. And that's interesting that you said that after what you said. Chapman's going to have to slow this down, but first you have to break the press, right? Right now you're living in chaos. After Rossville scores, they're going right to defense. They're scoring to supplement their defense, and it's hard to get out of that trend. You get caught in that trench. 2 free throws missed by Spielman. It remains 5-0. Rossville with an early lead as we're not even a minute into this game. Freeze has the basketball, left-handed dribble. She comes back to the middle of the floor to reset the offense. She'll hand it off to Ava Locke. Man-to-man defense being applied here by the Rossville Lady Dogs, and another turnover. Here's a steal by Kenzie Perrine. Perrine down the middle of the floor, kicks it out to the right-hand side. Jump shot from 3. Off the heel, no good from Riley Dick. Rebound by Emma Mitchell. It will stay here, middle of the floor. And Chapman's going to have to get on the glass and get a body on these Rossville Bulldogs because the height difference is just really big right now for Rossville with what Chapman has on the floor. Here's a nice little streak down the lane. It was the back cut that time that did it for me. Riley Dick going down, just kind of went beat right by the defender who got caught sleeping. They found her, and Dick was fouled as she went to the rim. And a free throw opportunity coming up for Rossville once again as Riley Dick toes the line. And this Rossville Lady Bulldog team really good as the first free throw goes in. At off the ball, away from the ball, setting screens, doing back cuts, getting Chapman to overplay a little bit. And right there, Riley Dick able to get that backdoor cut for a layup and foul. Freeze gets the foul. Riley Dick gets both the free throws. She has 5 early on to lead the Lady Dogs. It is 7-0 Rossville. Still in the backcourt, Chapman with it. Locke had a free pass on the left-hand side, went back to the middle of the floor, though. Got it to Avery Bear, now Freeze. Freeze a lob pass at the rim, and it's caught high and kept high by Tanith Elliott. Elliott with the first points of the game after a 7-0 Rossville start, but the Dogs don't sleep. Emma Mitchell down the right-hand side for 2.
And that ball, after a made basket, hit the floor one time, one dribble, 2 passes, wide open layup. Great job as we're on a track meet right here early.
Boy, Chapman with a beautiful break that time, but Jones trying to find Elliott across the paint for an easy 2. Oversailed that pass just a little bit. Now a blocking foul is going to be called on Alyssa Freeze. This one's a big one, Russ, because for Alyssa Freeze, this is her second personal foul here early on in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Chapman's going to have to go to their bench early and bring in Jay Rogers, a 5'6" freshman coming into the game.
Rogers comes into the game to spell Freeze after 2 early fouls. Rossville has the basketball. Porter on the inbounds. Goes to the dribble on the left-hand side, and she is going to have the ball taken away by Elliott. First turnover for Rossville. 5:49 left to go here first quarter. We are just underway. It's the final day of basketball from the Irish Classic here in Chapman. Ava Locke, a long three-pointer. Got it to go. Ava Locke, top of the circle, about 3 feet behind the line, drains it, and she is able to get 3 to go down there. Up the floor now comes Perrine. She'll go to the left-handed dribble, leave it off to the left-hand side. Here, Spielman on a drive to the paint, leaves it out for Mitchell. Emma's three-pointer, there's your answer. Emma Mitchell for 3, her first basket of the day.
Yeah, good look right there to find her open. As a bunch of contact here early in the backcourt. Chapman able to break that pressure.
Kara Jones has it. Avery Bear got it across the timeline for Chapman. Now to Jones. Ava Locke wants to try another 3. That's no good. Rebounding foul on the backside will be called against Elliott. Tanith Elliott has her first personal foul. It's the third team foul of the game. And Rossville has their lead back up to 7 points. That's been their biggest lead of the afternoon so far. 12-5 is our score.
Yeah, and that's actually the 4th team foul on Chapman, as Freeze has 2, Bear has 1, and Elliott has 1. So you're going to see 1 and 1 from here on out, or 2 shots from here on out in this first quarter if Chapman fouls again.
Cheyenne Hahn comes in off the bench. She is also another main scorer for this Rossville team coming off the bench. Here's a shot put up by Nora Burdick. She comes off the bench as well, and Burdick, the freshman that we talked about early on in this game, as Chapman leaves a layup off there into the contest. She's 5'10", a freshman, gets the ball for the first time in the paint. Her shot is up no good. Elliott gets the rebound for Chapman, and it's stolen away by Emma Mitchell.
I think on a defensive rebound, Chapman needs to corral that, slow it down a little bit. Rossville is getting back and not pressing on a missed shot, so you have to take that opportunity to slow it down.
Riley Dick into Mitchell. Mitchell back out. Riley Dick's three-pointer is good. Riley Dick off to a great start. She has 8 points, and Rossville's lead goes to 10. 4:14 left to go in our first timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Chapman here to talk about it, Russ, halfway through the first period.
Yeah, and I don't think if you're Chapman, these last couple threes that Rossville has hit have been heavily guarded. Both of them by Riley Dick has had a hand in her face. So I think if you're Chapman, your defense has adjusted better from that first minute of the game, where those back cuts were getting wide open layups, off the ball screens getting wide open layups. So a good job of Chapman getting out and getting a hand in the face of the defense, but just better shooting right here. And we talked about it, Devin, that some of these Rossville girls can light it up from anywhere on the floor.
DK Sports and Fitness is a loyal supporter of Irish athletics and is also proud to provide training opportunities to athletes of all ages in the region. See DK Sports and Fitness on Facebook for ongoing fitness classes that you can join anytime, and specialty classes for student athletes. They have a baseball simulator in there that is awesome. You can simulate a whole game if you want to. It's really cool. There comes Chapman now up the floor out of the timeout. Kiera Jones backs her way down inside. Shot up, rims off, no good. Rebound by Spielman. Here come the Lady Dogs back the other way, wasting no time. Burdick had it on the right side of the paint, tried to go to the short corner opposite way, and that ball's going to be kicked out of bounds by Avery Bear.
Yeah, Bear with a good job sticking her foot out right there, at all costs. Stop that ball from going in, but Chapman on those shots, on those short shots by Kara Jones, those are ones you're going to have to get. There was a good look. She's just a little too strong off the glass.
Addie Kirkpatrick comes into the game for the first time for Chapman. She is going to replace Tanith Elliott. 15-5 is our score. Rossville leading over Chapman halfway through the first period. Here is Riley Dick inside a leaner. Couldn't get it to go down. And now the ball, batted around a couple of times, will be awarded to Rossville.
Just notice right there, Rossville, all 5 girls in there crashing the paint, and Chapman only had 1 or 2 of them boxed out, so they're going to have to do a better job of getting Rossville off the glass.
Chapman's going to turn it over on the inbounds. It's scooped up, jumper up and good. Rossville scoring quickly there. Riley Dick another 2 points. Boy, she's off to a great start this season and in this game. Here's Kiera Jones up the floor. Gets it to Ava Locke. Locke might have got away with a shuffle of the feet there. The official lets him play through it. High post entry to Kirkpatrick, and she's going to turn it over. Taken by Burdick. Up the floor to Riley Dick. Left-handed layup. Got it to go. Riley Dick is blazing the nets here in Chapman. 19-5 is the lead now for Rossville.
Yeah, and her 12th point, and Chapman is just struggling with this press after a made basket. Rossville, give all credit to them right now, just denying the inbounds after that first pass comes in. Just lockdown as you're going to get a baseball pass turnover right here by Chapman on the inbounds play.
Stolen by Nora Burdick. Up the floor to Riley Dick. Another three-pointer. Boy, she has the green light now, doesn't she? That one's off, no good. Long rebound to the far side. Avery Baird's going to get it. Rossville Bulldogs all over. And finally, the foul will be called here on Rossville. For the Lady Dogs, it's their first team foul. And it will go against Cheyenne Hahn. So far, let's go back to the last 3 games for Riley Dick in scoring. In the victory against Atchison to begin the season, she had 16 points. Then she went for 23 in the game against Bishop Ward. Yesterday, against Sacred Heart, Riley Dick put up 16. She is on the way to crush all of that so far here in this game. Here's Kiera Jones driving around baseline. She'll challenge Spielman, and Kiera Jones gets to the rim and draws the foul. Free throws coming up here for Jones.
Good move right there by Jones. Just kind of caught it square up. Little head fake, one dribble, go to the rim and jump right into contact. A good job right there by Jones of knowing what she was going to do with the ball. She misses the first.
Kiera Jones at the free throw line, missed the front one. Second free throw. Getting ready to go on the way here. 3:01 left to go first quarter. That one's up and good. So a 1 for 2 trip at the free throw line for Kiera Jones. She's going to come out and get a break here. Back into the contest is Tanith Elliott. Man-to-man pressure here by Chapman. With the basketball, Cheyenne Hahn. Hahn, one loaded off to the left-hand side to Porter. Porter looked inside at Burdick, nothing there. Now Spielman will pop top of the circle. Over to Mitchell, one dribble to the right, three-pointer on the way. It's a high bounce, and it goes up over the goal, and it'll be awarded to Chapman after being whistled out of bounds.
And Avery Baird took a chance right there at that steal on the wing and didn't get it, and she got a wide open look at Emma Mitchell, just couldn't get it to fall.
Bear has it now, right-hand sideline. Took a couple of dribbles, now feeds Kirkpatrick inside. Addie turned it over, tried to get it back, and then it goes out of bounds eventually after she went from one side of the floor to the other, and it's another turnover on Chapman, their 5th.
And just trouble inside passing right now. They get a look downside, and Rossville just collapsing on them and nowhere to go with the basketball.
Rossville has it back. Avery Bear out in the passing lane. It goes off the fingertips of Mitchell, and it will be a turnover here for Rossville, generated by the defensive pressure from Avery Bear.
And I like how Avery Bear's playing this game. Very well coached, knows where she's going, does a good job of the off ball going with the offhand. I like her defense ability right now.
Chapman with the basketball. Jay Rogers had it on the right-hand side, now comes up to Bear. You talk about youth. It is sophomore and freshman with Bear and Rogers respectively. Also back into the game is Alyssa Freeze. Remember, she got those 2 fouls early on in the first 2 minutes. Back into the contest here for Rossville. Spielman will check out along with Hahn. And back into the game will be Perrine. And with her, Riley Dick, who took a brief break. See if the scoring bonanza continues here for Riley Dick. Here's a turnover by Chapman, but then knocking it out. Nice hustle play there by Tanith Elliott. She was able to break up a potential layup opportunity for Rossville.
And that last foul down there on Rossville was on Emma Mitchell, which will be her first team foul and the 3rd for Rossville.
Here's a partial block on the inside by Elliott. Tanith got tangled up early on in the first minute of this game with Spielman, and since then she's been grabbing at that right thumb. I'm not sure that she's right. She does get the foul there, her second. To the free throw line goes Nora Burdick, the freshman. First free throw is up and good. Boy, Burdick's been off to a good start in her high school career as well. She is averaging 15 points a game.
Coming off the bench, not in the starting lineup.
Yes, sir. 2 free throws up and good for Nora Burdick. Now Rossville's a team 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. They lead it by 15. Started on a 7-0 run. And they get another turnover. Chapman 7th. Now Rossville turns it over. Their third. Here's Freeze. Left it off for Bear on a no-look pass. She perhaps should have looked because she threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, and there was about back-to-back-to-back turnovers in the matter of about 10 seconds right there. And Chapman had a 3-on-1, and I think you got to take one more dribble and attack that one defender and then give it off for an open layup.
Always better, too, if the ball's in the middle of the floor, right? Here's a turnover now. Rossville getting sloppy with back-to-back miscues. They have 4 turnovers with 2 in a row, and now Chapman turns it over. A timeout. Rossville has seen enough here. They're going to take a timeout with Michael Bell. Will get his girls back over as they try to sharpen things up with 1:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Lady Dogs lead it 21-6.
And I think he wanted a foul right there on Avery Bear. Kind of did that come around from behind and slap. Don't know if he would have got that foul or not. There really wasn't much contact. She kind of stepped on the foot and lost it. So I think Chapman in this last 121, you're sitting at 9 turnovers unofficially right now for Chapman, and about 3 or 4 of them have come in the last 45 seconds of this game. You get it across half court, you got to give a chance for your offense to set up. However, Rossville playing defense very well off the ball once again. There's passes that seem to be open cross court, but you got that 1-2 backside lurking in the paint right there, and the length of Rossville just able to shut down those cross court passes.
Want to thank KVK Incorporated in Woodbine. KVK Heating and Air wants to remind you now is the time to get your furnace all souped up and ready to go. Got to change that filter. That is first and foremost. Get all your connections, all your propane and electrical connections checked, and make sure that your furnace is ready to go for the harsh Kansas winter that we are about ready to embark at. Really nice weather today, though. I feel bad being in a gym almost.
Yeah.
As you get this kind of weather in the middle of December, you're blessed, but a little breezy, but other than that, a really nice day. Here's a foul on Chapman as Rossville will go to the free throw line.
And a second foul on Avery Bear, so now you got Elliott, Freeze, and Bear all with 2 fouls each as the first free throw up and good for Nora Burdick, now 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Burdick, exciting freshman here for Rossville. Her second free throw had a little sidewind spin on it. Kara Jones will clean it up off the miss. 3 of 4 now at the free throw line is Nora Burdick. Full court pressure again here for Rossville. There's a drive to the basket and a traveling violation against the Lady Irish. Their 10th turnover of the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Rossville's got Ava Locke kind of sped up a little bit. We saw her hit a couple threes. Now they're coming out on her, and Rossville doing a good job on defense of kind of speeding her up and getting her out of rhythm.
Kenzie Perrine leaves it off to the left-hand side. A lot of contact there. Now she's going to change directions while Riley Dick and get a layup on the left-hand side of the basket. Boy, Freeze was really fortunate there to not get her third foul of the game, as she was blocking and making body contact at that time with Riley Dick.
Now, the Irish Avery Locke coming up a little limp right there, and it looks like Maddie Harold going to check in the game, a 5'4" junior for Chapman.
14 points in this first quarter for Riley Dick and Rossville. Here's a ball slapped out of bounds. Kinley Porter got her hand on that one.
And it's that pressure once again, just denying the inbounds pass right here, and Chapman just unable to break open and get the ball.
Harold gets it into Freeze. Freeze one-on-one. It's man-to-man, full court pressure here. Now a run and jump for the Lady Bulldogs. Chapman gets it up the floor. Jones off the feed from Kirkpatrick will turn, put it off the window, no good. Jones, though, keeps it alive, gets her own rebound high off the glass. That one no good. Maddie Harold in there looking for the rebound. And that's going to be batted out of bounds off of Harold, and Rossville will have the basketball. 26 seconds remain in the first quarter.
And Jones, 2, 3, 4, now 5 good looks inside the paint off the corner, and just a little bit too strong off the glass. And if you're Chapman and you want to get back in this game, you're going to have to get those easy buckets inside.
Rossville looking for a shot here. Mitchell leans into it. She's going to go to the glass and score. Emma Mitchell has 7 in the first quarter. 5 seconds left to play. Freeze comes across the timeline, and now she'll throw it away with 1.7 seconds left to go on the clock.
But we'll see what Rossville, if they try to dial something up to get one shot off here, if they just throw it in and go to the second quarter up 19 points.
Coach Bell's directing traffic like he wants something here. They're going to get one from in front of the scores table. Might have been partially deflected, and that's the end of the quarter. Rossville off to a running start, 25-6 over the Chapman Lady Irish. We're back with more basketball from the Irish Classic. It's brought to you by Kyrsten Ross Realty here on Salina Post.
Kansas Wesleyan's Yode's Spirit Store is now open extended hours for the holiday season. Take advantage of 20% off all regularly priced items from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and wrap up those holiday shopping lists with great Coyote gear. That's Yode's, located inside the Kansas Wesleyan Student Activities Center.
Welcome back here to Chapman's District Gymnasium Irish Classic Tournament, final day of tournament action. Chapman playing Rossville here on the girls' side, 25-6 as we start the second quarter. Chapman has it with the basketball on their end, and a jump shot is up and good. The feed from Kira Jones and the basket by Maddie Harold.
Yeah, and 2 passes, ball never touched the floor, and a wide open layup for Emma Mitchell right there as well to answer that one in about 3 seconds.
Emma Mitchell has 9. This Rossville team is more dangerous if you score, which seems insanely silly to say, but by the time you score and you think about that was a good play that we just scored on, you're being scored on.
Yeah, and it happened quick, and Emma Mitchell right there going to pick up her second foul of this first half, and Cheyenne Hahn coming back into the game for Rossville.
Chapman has the basketball back. It's a big Rossville lead, 27-8. The turnover here for Chapman. All the way to the cup, and a block by Kira Jones at the basket attack.
Good job by Kira Jones right there getting back. That was a wide open layup, and she never gave up on the play. Kept her body off of the offensive player and was able to get the block up front.
Rossville with it. Off the inbounds. Inside. A leaner that is put up, no good. Fight for the rebound is won by Riley Dick, who missed the shot. And now they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. Fighting for that basketball. It will go back over to Chapman.
Chapman scrambling right there, kind of got out of position and did a good job of recovering on defense. Because now they're going to push the ball up quick. Kiera Jones taking it inside the three-point line. Now down dribble in that short corner, kind of in no man's land. Tries to bounce it off of the Chapman Irish, and another turnover yet again for Chapman down low.
A baker's dozen worth of turnovers all the way to the cup, and a blocking foul will be called here on Chapman. Maddie Harold with the right idea there, just didn't get set up in time as Cheyenne Hahn went to the basket. Hahn missed the layup because of all the contact. She will get 2 free throws.
And I'm just really impressed, Devin, with how fast this Rossville team gets it up the floor. You can pass the ball ahead a lot faster than you can dribble it, as she misses the first free throw right there. But just the lack of dribbling. It's 3-4 passes, 1 dribble, shoot a layup is what it has been for about the last 4 or 5 possessions. Chapman fortunate there that they got the foul and unable to get that wide open layup.
Free throws up and good. 2 of them, just 1, missed the first, got the second for Cheyenne Hahn. And now a foul in transition here will go against Cheyenne Hahn. It's the first foul for her.
There's a second yep. Foul for Cheyenne Hahn there, and the second foul in this quarter is now Rossville has taken a 20-point lead, and Chapman going to the benches once again, bringing back in Bear.
Avery Bear has it. Got a screen from Kara Jones, little pick and roll opportunity. Nothing there though, defended well by the Bulldogs from Rossville. 6:22 left to go, second quarter. It's a 20-point lead here for Rossville. They're looking to go 4-0 on this young season. And here's a block as Ava Locke backed down the defender that time, Cheyenne Hahn, and Hahn immediately turns after taking the whistle, and she'll go to the bench because she knows she is coming out with her 3rd foul.
Also into the game for Chapman, 5'7" junior Casey Heller checking into the game as well on that last foul.
Free throw by Ava Locke is up and good. That's her first free throw attempt of the game. Chapman so far at the free throw line, 2 out of 3.
Kinley Porter back in the game for Hahn as she checks out with those 3 fouls.
Second free throw by Locke misses off the heel. Kira Jones has it, but she also has dual possession with a couple of Bulldogs, and the arrow will give it to Rossville.
Good job by Jones there to get that offensive rebound. Just kind of happened to be down low and just got it down there where the guards were able to get their hands on it as well.
Mitchell, Spielman, Porter, along with Perrine and Burdick on the floor for Rossville. Here's Burdick, quick step through along the baseline. She'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line. So one thing I've noticed about this freshman from Rossville, she has a lightning fast, quick first step.
Yeah, it's that quick first step right off the dribble, just a little head fake as Tanith Elliott's going to get her 3rd foul now as well. And it's not only that first step, it's how fast she gets after that. She gets that one step by the defender and one dribble, and with that long wingspan, and she can cover a lot of ground in a very short amount of time.
Tanith Elliott's going to have to check out. Still looking at that right hand and that thumb, it looked like. Alyssa Fries, Casey Heller, Avery Bear, Ava Locke, Kira Jones is your 5 on the floor right now for Chapman, and a silly reaching foul 90 feet away from the rim that she was defending by Katie Spielman. That will be number 2.
So now you only got 3 players with fouls for Rossville, but Hahn has 3, Mitchell has 2, and now Spielman has 2 as well.
Here's a inbounds pass stolen away by Perrine. Inside Mitchell, up and under, up the window. Beautiful play by Emma Mitchell. 11 and now as she is in double digits for the day.
Yeah, just a great drop step right there and then just went up and under the defender knowing nobody was there. Very, very good move right there.
Here's the basketball being brought up by Kara Jones. Jones has been able to do that several times on a mismatch. The problem I see with Jones, though, she doesn't have a lot of visibility while she's dribbling.
Yeah, head kind of down and playing in that post position as it looks like Chapman's going to turn it over once again, and then Rossville turns it right back over to Chapman with Bear coming up with a big steal.
Avery gets through 2 defenders. Bear shot up, kisses the front of the rim, rebounded by Burdick. Here comes Rossville off and running. 3-on-2 break. They're going to kick it out. Mitchell, right hand 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the inside is put back up. That won't go down for Perrine, but she is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
I think Casey Heller is going to get that foul right there, but once again, missed shot opportunities and how fast this Lady Dog team can get the ball up the floor. One cross-court pass.
Perrine at the free throw line. First free throw is on the way, and it's good. That's the first point of the game so far for Kinsey Perrine. She came into this game averaging about 7 points per game, scoring 21 points in the first 3 games total. Riley Dick also back into the game. Perrine's second free throw is up and good. 33-9 is our score. Just inside 5 minutes left to go. Action from the Irish Classic Tournament here on a Saturday afternoon. Here's Bear with a pass all the way up the floor from the right-hand sideline. Ended up with Fries, then went to Kirkpatrick. Now out to Ava Locke. 3-pointer on the way. She splashes it home. Ava Locke, 7 points. She is leading the way for Chapman. She's been able to get a couple of those long-distance shots down. Inside, Burdick pushed underneath the basket by Kirkpatrick, and she will go back to the free throw line. Maybe that's what Nora Burdick has been able to do most in this game, is just get contact down low and get herself to the line. This is her 4th trip to the stripe already.
And give it up to the Rossville, to their perimeter players, seeing those post players and rewarding them as the first free throws missed. But Burdick came from that far side over there, and the Rossville cross-court pass underneath, seeing her early, the pass was thrown well before she got to the spot.
Burdick missed the front end of this 2-shot trip. Second one misses as well. Rebound being fought for. It's going to be won by Maddie Harold. Good board there by Harold. Here's Avery Bear in the backcourt. She is being double-teamed. Really no help. Everybody else hiding out and not available on her team. Bear now will inbound. There's a baseball pass to Locke. Locke able to get her right hand on it, knock it down, and now pass it into the backcourt.
And another turnover right there. You'd like to see him. You get it across. You need to slow that ball down and let your offense get time to set up as you're approaching 15, 16 turnovers or more in this first half.
That's what happens when you're spread up there, right? You do stuff that just doesn't make sense. You have the basketball 21 feet away from the rim, then you pass it into the backcourt. Why? Like, there's just no sense.
Yeah, slow it down. Let your offense come up, get set. There's no hurry. There was no pressure over there on Locke on that far side.
Pressure makes diamonds or fools of us all, does it not? There's two ways to respond, and there's no gray area. And just as I say that, Alyssa Freese takes steps coming across the timeline.
Yeah, and just right there, really no pressure. She had no reason to pick up her dribble right there. So if you're Chapman in these last 4 minutes, you just have to eliminate turnovers and try to get this game back within a little reach going into halftime.
Here's a little give and go. It ends up with Burdick on the inside, and you can see it's a beautiful feed from Riley Dick, but Nora Burdick all in one motion got her first field goal off the window on the right-hand side. 35-12. Here's Ava Locke all the way down Broadway. Her layup won't go down off the back of the rim. Somehow got her own rebound, and then with her back to the basket, threw it up and didn't get anything. Here's Mitchell back the other way, teaching people how to do layups. 6 points in the quarter for Emma Mitchell. 13 now for the game. Yeah. And Mitchell's going to get a foul here as she was rubbing Ava Locke all the way down the right-hand sideline. Eventually, Locke fell down, and it will be a foul. And that's the limit for Rossville here in this quarter. We're at 5 team fouls. To the free throw line will go Ava Locke. She'll shoot 2.
And that'll be Mitchell's 3rd foul as well. So now Hahn and Mitchell both with 3 fouls, Spielman with 2. But it's the offside play, Devin, on that offensive side of the ball as the first free throw is up and good. But Rossville sees the floor extremely well from everywhere.
It seems a little silly to say because Rossville looks so good, but if you're Coach Bell, that's what you're wanting to do, right? You're wanting to polish this diamond that you have a little bit, and that is fouls like that cannot happen.
Yeah, you get them sped up right there, and you've already had them turn it over 15-plus times already. Just run with them and see if you can speed them up and create them to turn the ball over for you.
And I get Rossville has a lot of depth, so they're going to plug and play here with Mitchell going to the bench, but she is one of your top 2 scorers. You need her on the floor in close games.
And it's rebounds like that from Maddie Harold that you're going to need to come down with as Jones is going to come back in for Harold. But really non-contested rebound right there, and you turn it right back over off of that, what could have been a defensive rebound.
3:10 left to go here in the second quarter. Here's a feed in. A poor angle there for Perrine. She still put it up there trying to get that basket to go down, and it comes off on a rebound to Chapman, who has it now slapped out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. The ball caroms over to the Rossville bench. 37-14 is our score. 3 minutes left to go here before halftime.
And I'm not sure how many times Chapman is going to try these long court passes across this Rossville team. Just their wingspan. Just great, and that's going to be another turnover right there by Ava Locke as a little hand check steal, kind of goes off her leg, but you're not going to be able to get these cross-court passes. You need to bring your defense up, get the ball to the middle of the floor to break this press.
Riley Dick slapped it off the leg of Ava Locke that time, and it went out of bounds. 6th turnover of the quarter for Chapman. Here's Burdick inside, going between 2 defenders, split them both, and muscled that one up to the window. Nora Burdick gets another field goal. She has 5 in the quarter, 8 for the game. Here comes Avery Bear trying to split 2 defenders with a behind-the-back dribble, and a reaching foul will be called here on Rossville. Free throws coming up for Avery Bear.
Riley Dick picking up her first foul of the game, who was extremely hot there in that first quarter, scoring 14 points.
She has not scored here in the second quarter, as Avery Bear knocks this one down. And that is also one of the problems for Chapman. That basket for Avery Bear on the free throw, their first points, or her first points. Looks like Nora Burdick may have got popped in the nose there. They're going to have to sub her out and put a replacement in. This is Maggie Sanders coming into the game for Rossville.
It looks like she might have a little blood in her nose, and kind of noticed that before it got carried away and out of control.
39-15, Bear at the free throw line. Southpaw free throw, misses off the heel. Here comes Rossville back the other way. Garrett Jones there to stop the ball. Got a little too aggressive, though, and shoved Perrine. And Kinsey Perrine will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws herself. She's already 2 of 2 from the free throw line here in this quarter. Now we'll stop the clock with 2:28 left to go. First free throw on the way, and it's good. Last foul on Kira Jones is just her first. Second free throw on the way, rolls home as well. 4 of 4 now from the free throw line for Kinsey Perrine in this game. 2:25 left to play. Ava Locke dribbling with it in the backcourt. Gets out of a trap in the corner to Avery Bear. Bear now goes right back to the side of the floor that it came from with Jones. Alyssa Freeze has it. Now back out center of the floor to Locke. She tries to go back door. Somehow it got to Bear. She got shoved underneath the basket, tried to finish back on a left-handed shot that's no good, but Jones will clean it up and put it in. 3 points for Kira Jones. Up the floor quickly, though, comes Rossville again. Here's a shot at the basket, and a foul will be called. That'll send Katie Spielman to the free throw line.
I think you're going to get Ava Locke right there, but if you're Chapman on made baskets, missed baskets, you might have to think about sending your 2 offensive guards that are outside the three-point line as soon as the shot goes up to get back on defense, because they're not stopping the ball, kind of getting caught in no man's land as the first free throw is no good. But you got to come up and stop the ball and not allow them to get them wide open passes cross-court wherever they want.
Spielman started this game with the first free throw attempts of the afternoon. She went 0 for 2 on that trip, missed the front end there. Fourth free throw attempt is no good. She's 0 for 4. 41-17 our score, just inside 2 minutes left to go. A kick ball here called against the Rossville defense. Nora Burdick back up off the bench. She has been repaired. She's okay. And Brooklyn Hogan also comes in for Rossville.
Check in for her to get her first action of this first half and give some of these starters a break. And Spielman not in the scoring column yet, but her defense down on the inside against Chapman, specifically on Jones, has been extremely well, as you're going to get another foul right there. Looks like it's going to go on Kinsey Perrine for her first, and this last 3 minutes may take a while now.
That's interesting now, because it was definitely the contact from Perrine that knocked Ava Locke out of bounds, but it was the screen set by Kira Jones that knocked Perrine into Ava Locke. It's the domino effect, right?
Yeah.
So who was the foul really on?
It's kind of like you go back to the second person always gets caught, and the second person right there, that screen definitely was in question to be moving, as she gets both free throws to go right there.
Ava Locke leading the way here for Chapman. She has manufactured 5 points at the free throw line, also has a couple of three-pointers for a total of 11. She has 11 of the Irish 19 points. There's a three-pointer now by Rossville, and they're going to say that Riley Dick traveled with the basketball. That's about the only thing she's done wrong today.
Yeah, had that. She caught it and kind of stepped into that shot late after she had the ball, so a turnover right there.
It's the first turnover for Rossville in this quarter, after having 4 in the first.
Yeah, a 41-19 score. I think that shows that they've been playing good defense as well, and not turning the ball over.
Alyssa Freeze has a little pick and roll here with Addie Kirkpatrick. Ball squirts free. Rossville picks it up. 7th turnover of the quarter on Chapman. They have 18 for the game. 70 seconds left to go here in this first half. Here's Riley Dick, three-pointer in the corner. She hit her first shot from there and answers it once again. Another three-pointer, the third of the game for Riley Dick. She has 17.
That time caught it within, right where she needed to be, and you're going to get a jump ball right here, stay with Chapman. But Riley Dick, when she catches that, she knows if I got a half step, I'm gonna go up with it, and the shot is really quick and high to come out of her hand.
Avery Bear set to inbounds here, looking, using all the 5 count. Now she goes to Kira Jones, who takes one dribble to her left, a foul up high. This will go against Nora Burdick, her first, and Kira Jones will take a trip to the free throw line.
Kira Jones went to the charity stripe once in the first quarter, went 1 for 2.
First free throw by Jones is up, missing off to the right, no good.
And you talked about it, Devin, before we started, that this Rossville team averaging 78 points a game, and well on their way to that average, as the second free throw is up and good, but well on their way average at 44 right here with a minute left to go in the first half.
I don't think they're going to hurt the average today.
Yeah.
Put it that way. This will be a fun team to keep an eye on as this season goes along. We are definitely very early, but they have just right down the road on Highway 24 a team called Silver Lake that really has kind of a renewable ticket to the state tournament every year in Class 3A. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out in regular season matchups with the Eagles.
And it always seems that way. Whatever sport it is, the war on 24 between Rossville and Silver Lake in every sport is always coming down. Football's always been good. Basketball, especially ladies basketball this year, is expected to be nothing but short of great.
Here's Jones, fished one out of trouble, put a shot up, that's no good. Freeze gets the rebound, goes back to Jones, and she drops it in. Boy, give the hustle play that time to Alyssa Freeze. Kara Jones gets her second basket of the quarter along with a free throw. 44-22, Rossville has it to close out the half. They go right-hand side, Riley Dick, quick trigger from three, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Jones with 3 seconds left. Bear will throw it down the floor, intended for Freeze, and that will be the last play of the half. We are at the break, a much better quarter for Chapman, but Rossville, who did a lot of heavy lifting in that first quarter, still doubling up the Lady Irish, 44-22. When we come back, we'll look at some results from yesterday in a busy Friday night of high school basketball. On the Salina Surgical Scoreboard, we will also take a look at first half stats of this game, brought to you by Marshall Motors. We are at the break, 44-22. You're listening and watching to high school basketball live from the Irish Classic Tournament, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross at Homefront Realty. You can unlock your happy right now if you need to sell or buy a home by calling Kyrsten Ross.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
It's the holiday season, and that means holiday gifts for you from Salina Medical Aesthetics. Now through the end of the year, purchase 1 syringe of filler and get 10 units of Botox as your holiday gift. Cruise into winter with the SME Brighten and Tighten Laser Package. 4 dye VL and 4 clear lift treatments for face and neck. Just $2,500. Botox is also 10% off. Treat yourself or those you love with specials and gift cards from Salina Medical Aesthetics. See more online with social media and salinamedesthetics.org.
It's the holidays, the most glorious time of the year. Friends and family coming to your home to celebrate with dinner, drinks, and that terrible, horrendous smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home and making your holiday stink. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you're asking for trouble. Call Salina Septic Service today, and we will make sure your holiday is jolly and bright. Salina Septic Service, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and worry-free holiday season.
The Jeep Black Friday sales event is your chance to save big all month long. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors in Salina. Take 10% off MSRP on the 23 Grand Cherokee. That's $9,500 off. If it's a Jeep Gladiator you've been looking at, now you can get up to $14,000 off a new Jeep Gladiator Sport. Shop everything Jeep, new and pre-owned. Save big at the Black Friday sales event at Marshall Motors in Salina and online at marshallmotor.com.
Back here at Chapman's District Gymnasium, part of the Irish Classic Tournament. That's been a week-long tournament going on involving Rossville, Chapman, Sacred Heart, Bishop Ward. In the other gym right now, you can also view live stream video of Sacred Heart and Bishop Ward's girls. After that contest, we'll continue on Salina Post with the boys game. Here on this channel, it is the Chapman Irish taking on the Rossville Bulldogs. We're at halftime of the girls game. 44-22 is the score, and a big showing by Rossville, especially when the gate was dropped on that first quarter, Russ.
Yeah, they come out big and score 26 in that first quarter, but it's the wide open layups that Rossville is getting, and it's not only off of missed shot opportunities, but as well as off of made baskets by Chapman. So Rossville getting the ball out extremely quick and going fast, getting up the floor. There was a couple layups they had in that first half, Devin, where the ball never even touched the floor. It was 3 passes to a wide open layup.
Rossville also has a huge edge in turnovers right now by a count of 18-5. 44-22 is our halftime score. Let's go over scoring, brought to you by Marshall Motors. The scoring recap. Of course, you're in sales deals going on right now at Marshall Motors. If you want a brand new Nissan, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram truck, Your place is Marshall Motors in South Salina. Ava Locke has 11 to lead the way for Chapman, 6 for Kiara Jones. She had 5 of those in the second quarter, 2 for Tanith Elliott, 2 for Maddie Harold, and 1 for Avery Bear. For the Rossville Lady Bulldogs, 17 so far for Riley Dick, 13 for Emma Mitchell, 8 points for Nora Burdick, off the bench, 4 for Kenzie Perrine, 2 for Kenley Porter, and a free throw for Cheyenne Hahn. Free throw shooting, Chapman as a team, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Rossville, 11 out of 20. Then I mentioned the turnover discrepancy. Right now, Rossville with only 5 turnovers. They committed 1 turnover in that second quarter. Chapman with 18 turnovers there in that first half. Once again, our halftime score, 44-22. When we come back, we'll catch you up on some scores from last night. It was a busy Friday night of high school basketball. We'll do that with the Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. That's coming up as we come back here on Salina Post.
Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinaPainClinic.org. Welcome
back here on SalinaPost.com. Glad you could join us for basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament. Want to remind you, farm life is one of hard work, high risk, and great reward. That's why Smoky Valley Ag Services, your local Pioneer seed dealer, strives to enhance yield and customer experience through quality service, premium seed, and crop protection products. And they also have in-season agronomics. Let us help you by put the best product to work. That's why Smoky Valley Ag Services is your go-to Pioneer Seeds dealer. Time now to look back at the scoreboard from a busy night of basketball on a Friday night. When you look at the Salina Post Sports Twitter page, we see that Southeast of Saline last night beat Beloit on the girls' side, 46-36. On the boys' side, Beloit won 44-40. The Chapman girls last night, they were able to beat Bishop Ward. The Chapman guys also beat Bishop Ward, completing the sweep last night on a walk-off layup by Drew Groover. We will talk about that, Keelan Groover. We'll talk about that more when the guys' game is right on the doorstep here coming up after this girls' contest. 58-13 was that girls' score, 55-53 the boys' score. Rossville's Lady Bulldogs, they beat Sacred Heart 60-45 on the guys' side. Sacred Heart got the split for the Knights. They beat Rossville 65-49. Other games going on, it was a split for the Mayor's Cup in Salina as the Salina South girls won. The Salina South boys won for the Mustangs on that side of things. That's a check of your scoreboard brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Esther Bank in Chapman is also a proud supporter of the Irish Classic Tournament. They're longtime supporters of USD 473 and home of the Irish debit card. Go by there, get an Irish debit card. A portion of your transactions on the Irish debit card are donated back to USD 473. That's Astra Bank in Chapman. After seeing the first half, I think you and I are thoroughly impressed with the Rossville Lady Bulldogs. We were expecting to be that way coming into this game, but that second quarter was much better for Chapman. They cut their turnovers down from 11 to 7. They're still under an immense amount of pressure, but they scored more points. 16 points in a quarter is pretty good, and when you look at that quarter, really altogether, it was 19-16, a competitive quarter of basketball for Chapman. What do you look for here in the second half?
I think when you break the pressure, because I don't foresee Rossville stopping anytime soon with this full court pressure. But if you're Chapman, especially Ava Locke, get the ball in her hands, get it in Ava Locke or Avery Bear, get it across half court, and then let your offense set up. There's a lot of times where they get sped up across half court and they're just going with it, letting their momentum go. I think for Chapman, you got to slow it down. Kira Jones did a much better job of shooting the ball in that second quarter, got some of those shots to fall, and you're going to continue to get these shots to fall. You have to break this game down now into 4-minute periods.
And right now, Chapman missing the scoring of Avery Bear, right? 11 points so far in the first game of the season, 15 yesterday against Bishop Ward. She only has one free throw so far in this game, and Riley Dick picks up right where she left off, dropping a jumper just inside the free throw line, and that will be the 18th and 19th points for Riley Dick. And now a quick foul on Rossville as well.
Yeah,
that will also go against Riley Dick.
Yeah, she just the unnecessary fouls 80, 90 feet from the basket on this full court pressure.
She looked over at Coach Bell and had that "I didn't mean to do it" face. How can you be mad at that, right? Here's Bear now. She's going to throw it up to Kira Jones. This is going to be tapped out of bounds by both Jones and a Bulldog, and the Karam will go off the dogs. Getting her hand in the passing lane that time was Kinley Porter. Chapman will keep it. Avery Bear will inbound on her own baseline. Having trouble getting it in, she bounces it to Ava Locke. Ava Locke goes right back to Bear. She tried to finish off the window, could not. And the rebound is going to be cleaned up here by Rossville's Kinley Porter. Up the floor quickly. Mitchell to the glass. Missed the first shot, but then it's picked up and put in by Katie Spielman. Her first points and first field goal of the day.
Yeah, you got to block out. You're going to have to get on the missed shots. You're going to have to get a body on somebody.
Bear to the baseline, plays it back into the paint. Jones, they flip it out for Ava Locke. Three barely hit the front of the rim. Spielman cleans up the rebound for Rossville. Lady Dogs back the other way across the Leprechaun logo here at midcourt at Chapman's District Gymnasium. 1 minute into the third quarter, 48-22. Biggest lead so far here by Rossville's. Emma Mitchell drives into the lane. She had the ball stripped, but she was fouled, and she will, nope, they're going to inbound it underneath. Not a shooting foul.
Kira Jones with her second foul of this game.
Here's Mitchell wide open on the baseline, opposite side from the ball where it was inbounded, and she was able to put that in. But isn't that the difference between a good team, a really, really good team, and a good team that's just okay? You make shots like that.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Chapman doing a good job breaking the pressure right there as Jones gets a wide open layup. But yeah, the court vision by all five girls, whether it's the starting five, the second five, whoever, just seeing the floor real well.
That Kira Jones basket was fed by the assist from Alyssa Freeze, and now a foul on Chapman going back the other way, as this will be another foul on Kira Jones. She has picked up two quick ones here in this quarter. She has 3 fouls now, 2 team fouls here for Chapman early on in the third quarter, and Riley Dick will go back to the free throw line. So far, Riley in this game, 19 points. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line, make it 3 of 3.
Yeah, in a tough spot, Jones got put in right there. Now she's going to have to come out of the game, and Kirkpatrick comes back in. You also have Tanith Elliott out on the floor, and she has 3 fouls as well.
Second free throw by Riley Dick is up and good. She is now in the 20-point club, 21 for Riley Dick. Freeze puts it up the floor. Tanith Elliott, cross-court pass, slapped out of bounds. Will stay with Chapman. They will inbound here on their own sideline. Same sideline as their bench, just shaded down a little bit to the right. Ava Locke tried to throw it to the Casey's General Store here in Chapman. That's a couple of blocks away. It's picked off by Rossville.
Now Avery Bear is going to pick up her 3rd foul as well. So now 3 Lady Irish with 3 fouls early in this second half, and going to have to go to the bench again. So it looked like Casey Heller is going to come back into the game for Avery Bear.
Junior for sophomore that time as Heller re-enters the contest. Ava Locke was over here talking to the coach. She still has to play defense. Here is It's going to be a side or baseline inbounds for Rossville. Rossville gets it into Spielman. Foul and basket. Katie Spielman, after being quiet on the scoring column in the first half, already has 4. She'll step to the line looking for 5 with a free throw attempt coming up.
Second foul on Ava Locke, but that was just not very good defense right there by Chapman. There was no screen set, no nothing. Spielman just beat her to the spot as she gets the and one to go in as well.
5 points in the quarter here for Spielman. Relentless defensive pressure continuing for Rossville, and so do the fouls. This foul on Spielman now will be her third.
We're setting up for a long third quarter here with all this fouling going on. Not even 2 minutes in right now. Spielman's third foul of the game as well.
15 fouls called on Chapman so far, 13 called on Rossville. Here's a steal by Nora Burdick out in the passing lane. She goes all the way to the basket and finishes off the window on the right-hand side. Nora Burdick in double digits now for the Dogs with 10.
Good steal. Once again, another turnover.
They're going to say this ball is off of Freeze last and out of bounds.
It was off of Freeze, sorry, Devin, but there was a lot of contact right there on that sideline by Kenzie Perrine.
57-24. Rossville so far owning this third quarter. There's Burdick, little head and shoulder twitch. She goes to the basket, can't get it to go, gets her own layup. Put back will not go. Battle for the rebound. Burdick had another chance, a fourth chance, and she's going to get it.
Burdick right there just almost getting a double-double in one possession down the floor.
3 offensive rebounds there. And now a blocking foul in the backcourt as Locke and Riley Dick get locked up. For Riley Dick now, that'll be her third foul. Goodness gracious.
The pressure is there. You don't need to step in front. You're speeding Chapman up and getting them to go where you want them to go. Just unnecessary jumping in front of cutters and ball handlers.
Just force them to the sideline, right?
Yeah.
Here's a screen, a pick and roll to Addie Kirkpatrick. She makes the extra pass to Heller. Casey Heller's shot goes up over the rim, and the rebound on the backside taken in by Rossville. Speeding the other way, Perrine. She'll feed it off to Burdick, and a beautiful fast break as Nora Burdick now has a half a dozen in this quarter. The freshman, 14 for the game, and a 30-second timeout call. We'll take it. 5:02 left to go here in the third. 61-24, Rossville on Salina Post.
It's hard to find better HVAC service in central Kansas than KVK Incorporated. Located in Woodbine, Kansas, KVK has been locally owned and family operated since 1996. They're certified York dealers that also have the expertise to work on any and all brands and models. KVK's iWave air purification system provides clean, safe air that's free of bacteria and viruses, as well as dirt, dust, pollen, and other allergens. All that without the use of chemicals. Call KVK Heating and Air Conditioning today and let their family help yours.
A hot start to the third quarter for the Rossville Lady Bulldogs. They are owning this quarter so far, 17-4. We have not played quite 3 minutes of basketball, and they have 17 points, no turnovers, and they are cruising up 61-24.
17-2 in this quarter.
17-2.
Don't want to make it any worse than what it is. Rossville, they're just dropping their pressure off.
Here's a steal. Boy, I don't see a foul there. That was a really poor angle to make that call, but they're going to make it, and it's a foul called here on Riley Dick.
Yeah, that's tough. That was very, very good defense set up right there by Rossville. Kinley Porter going to come in for Riley Dick, and I'm with you, Devin. That was a tough, tough call right there for Riley Dick.
Now a turnover by Chapman, their fourth. That's our 30th foul call, by the way, in this game.
Whew. I got nothing for that.
That's probably best. Rossville with the basketball now. And it's pretty much split down the middle, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not leaning one way or the other. It's been 50-50 even. Rossville now inside, and another foul called, our 31st foul, if you will. This will go against Alyssa Freeze, I believe, which will be her third. Remember, she got 2 back early on in this game in the first 2 minutes of the contest. So she's been playing quite some time. But here we are now, 4:39 left to go in the third, and this officiating crew has us in the bonus situation already.
We're free throws the rest of the way out for the last 4:39. Correct, both ways. It's the first free throw for Hahn, up and good.
9 fouls called in less than 3.5 minutes of basketball. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw also good by Cheyenne Hahn. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. 4 points. This is where, you hear good and bad about the new rule of fouls. As a steal by Nora Burdick is taken, she steps through the defender and scores. As Nora Burdick continues her hot streak, she has 8 points in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, now 16 for the game for Nora Burdick.
You hear lovers and haters of the new foul. Most of it hate because people have a tendency to not like what they don't understand and they don't like change. But this is where this new rule is going to be effective. In games like this where we're going to have a reset at the end of the third quarter, we're not going to have to be mired in bonus situation for, 12.5 minutes of game time all the way from now through the end of the game.
Yeah, and a good call on an offensive foul right there for Emma Mitchell. Kind of came down and got her arm extended. That'll be her 4th foul as well on that last possession by Chapman. Kind of a Hail Mary threw up by Ava Locke and got the 3 to go off the window.
There are 2 Rossville players with 4, 2 Rossville players with 3, 4 Chapman players with 3 fouls, as nobody is safe here in Chapman's District Gymnasium from the whistle. 4 minutes left to go. We're only halfway through the third quarter. 65-27.
Maybe that's why we started 15 minutes early.
And another foul called.
Now
Katie Spielman.
And another Rossville player with 4.
3 Rossville players, 3 starters for Rossville with 4 fouls.
In a 38-point game right now.
Ava Locke at the free throw line. Free throw is up and good. She has made now 5 in a row.
Yes, 6 for 7 from the free throw line is Ava Locke.
Second free throw makes it. Probably the only blessing of this game I can see is that we will have a running clock in the fourth quarter.
That might be the savior of where you get to it at, but still very, very impressed with Rossville. Be interesting to see when they get in a competitive battle in maybe a 5 to 7 point game late and everybody gets in these foul troubles, how they adjust and where they can go on the bench.
Rossville leading 65-29. Here's a back and forth entry. Shot up no good, but they're going to fish it out. Rossville will keep it as Perrine gets her own rebound.
And just it's second chance opportunities. We saw Burdick get 3 or 4 opportunities. A good give and go right there, just unable to catch it.
Here's a steal now. First turnover of the quarter for Rossville, actually second. They had the offensive foul earlier on. Bear looked like she was going to step into a 3, unloaded it late to Kirkpatrick. She's going to bounce it off Kara Jones' foot, and he'll go to Rossville. 5 turnovers here for the Lady Irish.
High scoring output this quarter for Nora Burdick for Rossville. See if they can continue to feed her the ball down low.
Here's a 3-pointer, top of the circle, and it's going to be good by Kenzie Perrine. 7 points for her.
And Rossville now 10 points away from their average and still 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter.
Here's Jones inside. A little bit of a bump. Surprised that wasn't a foul. And Kara Jones is going to score. She's in double digits now with 10.
I like what I'm seeing for Jones down low. She catches in that 10 to 15 foot range and just kind of squares up, takes one dribble, and very good body control by her to score the ball.
Nora Burdick, power move inside with the one bounce and explosion to the rim. She has 10 points alone here in this third quarter, 18 for the game.
Yeah, Chapman now has 10 points in this quarter. 9 points in this quarter. Nora Burdick now has 10.
70-31. You know, after the first quarter, Rossville kind of had that feel like they were on the pace to score 100 again. They have already so far this year as they take it away on defense. Then in the second quarter, it kind of backed out a little bit. They had 44 at halftime, right? Now they're right back to that feel where they could score 100 again.
Yeah, and another foul on Jones as another offensive rebound by Burdick. Really impressed with her inside and the body control she has going up for the offensive rebound, as that'll now be 4 on Kara Jones.
Kara Jones is the first Chapman player with 4 fouls. I think we just started a sweepstake here in the fourth quarter, right? Put all the girls out there that are in foul trouble and see who fouls out first. Tanith Elliott goes back into the game. Also into the game for Rossville, Lenny Lewis for the first time. 70-31, second free throw on its way, and that's good.
Coach is asking why they weren't pressuring here, but dropping back now is Rossville. And see what kind of offensive set. Haven't had a quality offensive set yet for Chapman in this third quarter.
40-point game. 1:49 left to go here in the third. Freeze has it up top. Will deal it right-hand side to Locke. Bear in the corner. She looks at her now. She backs it back out. Double high post set here for Chapman on offense. This might be the most offense Chapman's ran tonight. Here's Kirkpatrick inside on the little pick and roll. Freeze gave her the basketball, and Addie Kirkpatrick scores her first basket of the game.
Very good pick and roll setup right there between the two Chapman players. And Kirkpatrick able to get it. Now they're going to get a turnover down here.
Just a third turnover of the quarter, 8th of the game for the Lady Dogs from Rossville.
Yeah, there's a very good set right there for Chapman. Probably the best quality set they've had in this game with a little high pick and roll and able to feed Kirkpatrick down low, and she was able to finish at the rim.
75 seconds left to go here in the third. 72-33. Freeze has it, throws it away. 25 turnovers for Chapman so far in this game.
Yeah, just getting sped up and out of rhythm. Has Chapman really, they've never been in rhythm this whole game.
Rossville with the basketball up top. Now they play it to the right-hand side. Brooklyn Hogan back in there, her second time into this game. Now she'll play it to Cheyenne Hahn. She'll get all the way to the basket, leave it short. Burdick comes in, gets the rebound, and then blocked from behind by Elliott. 47 seconds left to go here in the third. They will inbound. Rossville will underneath their own basket.
See if they look for something opposite side right here is where it's been open at.
All the way to the top. Right-hand elbow, Burdick. She'll go back, attack the rim. Leaner goes up and in, and she is fouled. Nora Burdick continues to just destroy this third quarter.
That foul's going to go on Addie Kirkpatrick, which will be her second of the game as well. And Burdick to the line once again for the one-shot opportunity.
She got it to go. 15 points in the quarter alone for the freshman Nora Burdick. 75-33.
Very impressed with how she has played this whole game, and she might be one of the only players, starters that have been on the floor, and she's only got one foul.
If she had any holdback intimidation of being a freshman on a varsity floor, I hate to think she's going to get better this year, right?
Yeah.
If she's just working her way into varsity basketball. 20 seconds left to go. Rossville has it in their hands, 75-33. They'll bounce it off to the right-hand side. Here's a drive and a shot up and another foul called.
Be the fourth on Tanith Elliott right there as the clock winding down, 11.7 to go. You're going to get two more free throws right here. Looks like
Lenny
Lewis going to the line for her 0 for 2 from the line so far in this game.
First free throw is up and good.
Checking in for the Irish, number 25, Abigail Gaston.
Second free throw up, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Burdick. She had it momentarily. Then Maya, her sister, Addie took it away. Addie Kirkpatrick. Here's Freeze. She'll pull up for a three-pointer. That one's short, and that will go out of bounds with 0.7 of a second left here in the quarter.
It's a great explosion quarter, not only by Rossville as a team, but especially Nora Burdick.
Rossville has it, and that will be the end of the quarter. They threw a long pass, nothing coming off of it, and we will go to the fourth, 76-33. You're listening and watching to high school basketball from the Irish Classic, and it's brought to you by Realtor Kyrsten Ross at Ross Realty. Unlock your happy buying or selling your home today with Kyrsten Ross. More coming back here on the Salina Post.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
The Ram Black Friday sales event is your chance to save big all month long. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors in Salina. Get 10% off MSRP on 23 Ram 1500 models. That's a discount of up to $13,000 off. On the heavier side, get up to $15,000 off a 23 Ram 2500. Shop everything Ram and find your new truck at the Black Friday sales event at Marshall Motors in Salina and online at marshallmotor.com.
Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Brian Dennin providing live stream video here on SalinaPost.com as we enter the fourth quarter, 76-33. Rossville cruising in this one. The Lady Dogs looking to move to 4-0 with 1 quarter left to play and rounding out the Irish Classic Tournament.
Deep three from Ava Locke right there. We saw her hit a couple of those early on, but Rossville 2 points away from their season average early on in the season scoring-wise.
With a whole quarter left to go, and again, not surprised by that. They went over the century mark in their second game of the season here in the Irish Classic Tournament. They beat Bishop Ward 105-16.
Ava Locke going to pick up her 3rd foul right there to send Riley Dick to the free throw line. First free throw up and good by Riley Dick. We'll get one more attempt here. 77-33 Rossville over Chapman. Second one up and good as well.
So Riley Dick adds more to her point total. She has 23, as does freshman Nora Burdick. Burdick scored 15 in that third period alone. Here's a shot put up. That's no good for Chapman.
Abigail Gatson into the game.
Rossville has it back. If you're curious about the foul count through 3 quarters, 37 fouls called in this game.
We're going to get an unforced turnover right there on Rossville. Maggie Sanders into the game for Rossville.
6:19 left to go, 78-33. Avery Bear has it up top. A screen on each side on this double high post offense. Addie Kirkpatrick knocks down a pass. She picks it up and scores. Addie scored 4 points in each of the first 2 games for Chapman so far this year. She has 4 points again here today. 6 minutes left to play, 78-35. Here's a three-pointer on the left-hand side of the top of the key. Maggie Sanders, she rings the bell from 3, 81-35.
And another player off the bench that has a very good-looking shot, quick. Off of there is a bounce pass. Is going to go off the leg of a Rossville Bulldog. And wholesale changes coming in for Rossville here.
Brooklyn Hogan back into the game. Cheyenne Hahn back into the game. I think Emma Mitchell, Riley Dick, and Kenzie Perrine are all probably done here for Rossville. They go to the bench. Good quality games again for them here this afternoon. Here's Avery Baird, little baby hook shot on the baseline, left-hand side. That's no good. Rebound comes away to Kinley Porter. Porter up the floor, gets through 2 defenders, off the window, won't go down. Ball hit off the back of the heel a couple of different times. Then it's going to be swatted out of bounds and awarded to Chapman. Clock continuing to run here. 81-35 our score. We'll have a quick post game for you, then take a brief break, turn around, come back with the guys contest. Should be a good one. Chapman with a dramatic win last night in walk-off fashion with a layup.
Yeah, it should be a great game, the next one, but still on this one, 4:45 left to go. Just really impressed not only with the offensive sets by Rossville and how fast they get it up the floor, but as well as their defense.
You gotta be kidding me. Katie Spielman just fouled out. She is going to foul out with 5 points.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she could have done different. Right there is the coaching staff just kind of has a smile on their face as well. I'm sure if it wasn't a 40-point game, coaches would not have a smile on their face because she was standing there for a while waiting on it. The first free throw is good by Ava Locke. Ava Locke very good tonight from the free throw line.
17 points for her. Most of those manufactured at the free throw line, and she misses the second one here. Rebound Nora Burdick and another foul call. This will be a block on Ava Locke. 4 fouls now for her. And as miraculous as this may seem, we haven't had anybody foul out yet.
One, Spielman just fouled out.
Sorry, other than Spielman. I mean, I was looking at Chapman because they have Ava Locke with 4, Tanith Elliott with 4, Kira Jones with 4, Alyssa Freeze with 3, Avery Bear with 3.
Yeah, you're correct. And I think that just attests to how well and how fast in that third quarter that Rossville was able to get the ball up the floor as Lenny Lewis is going to check back in probably for the last starter in Kinley Porter for Rossville.
It's almost like the coaches are slow subbing just to get this game over with and have the clock run, right? We're all tired of whistles. 40 fouls called in this game. 81-36 is our score. Here's a spin move into the lane by Hahn. She's going to unload it to the outside for a three-point attempt. That's no good for Lenny Lewis. Rebound here. Avery Bear will pull it up out of the crowd. Under 3 minutes left to go. Bear pulls up after a defender fell down on the Rossville defense. Rebound by Chapman, but they're going to throw it away here. Back into the hands of Rossville. Up the floor, Rossville will turn it back over.
A good cross-court pass right there by Burdick. Looked like she was trying to find Hahn right there, and just a little bit too much out front. So it looked like Rogers is going to come back in the game for Freeze, as she's going to check out, as well as Bear.
Freshman Cora Merritt also into the game along with Rogers. Two freshmen into the contest here with 2:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rogers plays it off to the right-hand side. She will get it to Ivy Beck, who is also into the game. Beck trying to throw it inside to Gatson, and a jump ball situation called. They'll go to the table. The arrow has Rossville on it.
Wasn't sure they understood how to not call a foul in a situation like that tonight, but nonetheless, clock keeps running. Just under 2 minutes to go now in this game.
81-36. Rossville will move to 4-0 after this game. Chapman still early on in the season. Their only games have been here, so they only have 3 under their belts right now. As Nora Burdick just continues, excuse me, that is not, yeah, it is. Yes. Nora Burdick, 25 now for Burdick.
And I think she's had 7 rebounds on missed shots, just in 2 missed shots to start. She had 4 rebounds on 4 misses and 1 attempt down the floor. That was clean up top. We're going to get a foul called on Rossville.
Addie Kirkpatrick will go to the free throw line.
I think that foul was on Hahn, so that'll be her 4th as well.
Free throw by Kirkpatrick is up and good. 5 points for her in this game. Clock continued to run while she's at the free throw line. Second free throw also good.
All her points coming in the second half.
Yes, sir. Under a minute left to go. Rossville beating Chapman down the floor, but throwing it away. 6 turnovers here in this second half. 11 for the game. Rogers will bring it back the other way here for the Chapman Lady Irish. She'll deal it off to the right-hand side to Beck. Lob pass now to Gatson inside, who kisses it off the window and scores. Abigail Gatson. 83-40. Closing seconds here, 22 seconds left on the clock. Rossville may just kill it here. No, they won't. Nora Burdick faked the 3. Now she lost the basketball out of bounds. Will stay here, though, as it was knocked out by Addie Kirkpatrick. Clock down to 10. Officials trying to get them set here, and they'll inbound. Brooklyn Hogan, 3-pointer at the buzzer here for Rossville. That won't go, and that is our final. 83-40. The final. Rossville's Lady Bulldogs continue to be undefeated. They are the 7th-ranked team in Class 3A. They move to 4-0. Chapman will fall to 1-2 after they win 1 and lose 2 here in the Irish Classic Tournament. Final score, Rossville 83, Chapman 40. When we come back, final numbers for you as we look more at this contest. Also, a Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, 83-40. The final score, Rossville beats Chapman here in the girls contest on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
It's the holidays, the most glorious time of the year. Friends and family coming to your home to celebrate with dinner, drinks, and that terrible, horrendous smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home and making your holiday stink. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you're asking for trouble. Call Salina Septic Service today, and we will make sure your holiday is jolly and bright. Salina Septic Service, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and worry-free holiday season.
It's the holiday season, and that means holiday gifts for you from Salina Medical Aesthetics. Now through the end of the year, purchase 1 syringe of filler and get 10 units of Botox as your holiday gift. Cruise into winter with the SME Brighten and Tighten Laser Package. 4 dye VL and 4 clear lift treatments for face and neck. Just $2,500. Botox is also 10% off. Treat yourself or those you love with specials and gift cards from Salina Medical Aesthetics. See more online with social media and salinamedesthetics.org.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Rossville Lady Bulldogs came in averaging 78.6 points. That average will go up slightly as they score 83 points tonight in a victory 83-40 over the Chapman Lady Irish. Let's go over final scoring for you, brought to you by Marshall Motors in Salina. Leading the way for the Chapman Lady Irish, 17 points for Ava Locke tonight. Also in double digits, Kara Jones at 10. 6 points off the bench for Addie Kirkpatrick. 2 points for Tanith Elliott. Also Maddie Harold and Abigail Gatson. 1 point tonight for Avery Bear. Rossville tonight, they scored 25 points with freshman Nora Burdick, 23 points with Riley Dick, 15 points for Emma Mitchell, 7 points for Kenzie Perrine, 5 points for Katie Spielman, 3 points Maggie Sanders, 3 points Cheyenne Hahn, 2 points Kenley Porter, and 1 point for Lenny Lewis. Chapman shot 13 of 18 from the free throw line. Rossville 22 out of 32. We had 50 free throw attempts in this game, along with over 40 fouls called in this contest, and it's Rossville that wins it 83-40. Chapman had 27 turnovers, Rossville with 11. Our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game for the Rossville Lady Bulldogs. 25 points for Nora Burdick. And I will go to that third quarter where Burdick was sensational. She scored 15 points in the third quarter alone. But right there with her, Riley Dick. Riley Dick tonight, 23 points total. She had 14 in the first quarter to start this game, as Rossville owns the first and the third quarters, and they coast to an 83-40 victory. We will step away and take a little bit of a break. We'll keep the live stream video going here, but when we come back, we'll have the second game of our doubleheader. It will be the Chapman guys against the Rossville guys. Game number 2 coming up, and it's basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament. It's all brought to you by Realtor Kyrsten Ross. Unlock your happy when you're buying or selling your next home, and call Kyrsten Ross at Ross Realty.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? With 10 years of experience serving Northeast Kansas from Abilene to Wamego, leave it to a professional. Call Kyrsten Ross, realtor and owner with Homefront Real Estate Group. Buying a home, whether it be your first time or second time, is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll make in a lifetime. Therefore, finding the right agent to help you make the process easier is essential. Kyrsten Ross is there for you and your family every step of the way. Visit rosshouses.com and go Irish. to buy or sell real estate? With 10 years of experience serving Northeast Kansas from Abilene to Wamego, leave it to a professional. Call Kyrsten Ross, Realtor and owner with Homefront Real Estate Group. Buying a home, whether it be your first time or second time, is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll make in a lifetime. Therefore, finding the right agent to help you make the process easier is essential. Kyrsten Ross is there for you and your family every step of the way. Visit rosshouses.com and go Irish.
Welcome back into Chapman's District Gymnasium. Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel, Brian Dennett providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com. That's brought to you by Kyrsten Ross at Homefront Realty. Unlock your happy with a call to Kyrsten Ross when you buy or sell your home. RossRealty.com. The girls' final earlier in the first game of our doubleheader, 83-40. Rossville continues their undefeated streak and the start to their season. They go to 4-0 by beating Chapman 83-40. In the other gym, it was another blowout, and this one in favor of the Sacred Heart Lady Knights. Sacred Heart gets the victory over Bishop Ward 60-7. So Rossville, undefeated in the Irish Classic, they get first. Sacred Heart lost to Rossville. They go 2-1. They get second. Chapman at 1-2. They get third. And Bishop Ward comes out winless. They get fourth. Now let's turn the page to the guys' game. And Russ, I think we should have a pretty good contest here. Rossville comes into this game. They are looking for a victory. They are off to a start so far this season of 1-2. They lost to Atchison in their opener, then beat Bishop Ward, and then lost to Sacred Heart yesterday by a count of 65-49 Knights. Chapman, they're 1-1. They lost to Sacred Heart in their first game of the tournament, then beat Bishop Ward on a walk-off layup last night in dramatic fashion as they were able to get to the rim. Keelan Groover, the 6'2 sophomore, started out at near midcourt, drove all the way to the basket on the left-hand side, made the layup as the buzzer sounded, and Chapman got that two-point victory, 55-33.
I think it's going to be a battle as just kind of getting a visual look at these teams. It's going to be physical inside. You obviously got the size for Chapman and Weston Langvart, and nobody even matching him size-wise. Maybe height-wise they can, but I think it's going to be a battle and see what they can do to get Weston Langvart the ball.
One of the best offensive linemen in the state of Kansas is Weston Langvart. He's 6'4", he's a senior, and he is going to take up a lot of space on the inside of that lane. And you may think that he is just doing that, a space taker up, but he's athletic too for his size. Holy cow, he can play some basketball too, so he's going to be fun to watch in this game. The sophomore Groover, he's going to be fun to watch as well. And this Chapman team, after not winning a game 2 seasons ago, won 4 games last year. They're looking to continue to build and get the prestige back to the Irish team here in Chapman, and they will have a chance to do that here today against the visitors from Rossville. So it'll be an interesting basketball game here with these two teams hooking up. The Sacred Heart Knights will be playing in the other gym at the same time. You can go over and watch live stream video of that contest as well with live stream video on SalinaPost.com. All the action, of course, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross and Ross Realty at Homefront Realty. We're going to pause here and keep it right here as we enjoy the national anthem.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Getting ready here for starting lineups. Once again, the Rossville Bulldogs taking on the hosting school in this tournament, the Chapman Irish.
Chapman and Rossville. Let's hit those starters, as you said. Gage Picking, a senior, 5'9" for the Chapman Irish, along with Ray Whitehair, a 5'10" senior. CJ Holm, he's off to a great start in his senior season. He's 6'3". Weston Langvard, as we talked about, occupying that inside. He's a 6'4" senior. And Keelan Groover, the sensational sophomore, at 6'2". So far in this season, Groover and Holm leading the way, scoring. Groover so far 18 in his first game, 20 in his second game. Holm 17 in his first game, 24 in the game yesterday against Bishop Ward. Also, you can throw Gage Picking in there as the third scorer. He had 11 in his first game and 9 in the game yesterday. For the Rossville Bulldogs, they will start Cameron Badura, a 6'3" junior. Also Mason Jones in the starting lineup. Jacoby McDonald also in the starting lineup. And finishing out the starting five, Tayson Horak for the Rossville Bulldogs. I know we have a lot of athleticism on the floor. Two teams really looking to take a step forward in their season. And this is two teams that sometimes you get your best games, right? They're not the best teams, they're not the worst teams, they're kind of in the middle, wanting to be in that upper echelon.
Yeah, especially early on. You know, just the third game for Chapman, the fourth game for Rossville, and you got to come out and you got to set the tone early. I think if for Chapman, clearly, I mean, looking at the starting lineups, the size advantage right now would clearly go to Chapman. Rossville is really short on the front line or on the back court, you know, with the guards, just not many of them even touching or even close to 6 foot. So see what the guard play can battle up, the ball pressure out front, and I think you minimize turnovers and get quality looks if you're Chapman. If you're Rossville, maybe look to push a little bit against this size and see if you can get something early.
In the center circle to start this game, it will be CJ Holm. He'll jump it up against Mason Jones, and Rossville owns the opening tip. Bulldogs start out as we view it behind the scores table here at Chapman's District Gymnasium, working from left to right. They're in their red jerseys trimmed in black with white numerals. Chapman in their home whites trimmed in green. First shot of the game up by Rossville, and the rebound taken in by Langvart for Chapman. Weston Langvart on the inside.
Yeah, good shot, good runner there by Horak, and he's just unable to get that one to fall down.
Langvart will hand it off now to Keelan Groover. Groover started as a freshman. A lot of playing time in his freshman season. Entry pass inside to Langvart. He goes to work, trying to back his defender down. Help side defense comes in, strips it out, and it's going to be a jump ball situation. It will stay here with the Irish on their offensive end. Groover, his freshman numbers at the end of the year, he ended up averaging 11.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 assists.
Yeah, and right there, Langvart just kind of got the ball dropped down as you're going to get a cheap foul right here on Mason Jones against Langvart. But I think if you're Weston Langvart, when you get that ball, you got to keep it up. Take that dribble, get it up high, away from those short guards that come in and steal it.
Still scoreless here. 45 seconds in. Here's a jumper from the free throw line. It is up and in from CJ Holm. Expect a lot from Holm today. As I said, in his first 2 games of the season, he has 41 points. He is averaging over 20 points a game to start here in this new season. Here's a baseline drive and a shot. A leaner put up. That's no good. Rebound taken in by Gage Picking for the Irish. Here comes Chapman up the right-hand sideline. It's going to be stolen away, though, from Rossville. Saved back in bounds. McDonald all the way to the cup, and he is going to be fouled by Langvart. McDonald will go to the free throw line after that one was taken away on the far side by Tayson Horak.
And what I like right there by Jacoby McDonald going at Langvart is he kind of did 2 crossovers and got Langvart kind of turned around, and as soon as he saw the back of his jersey, he attacked right at him, and Langvart kind of ran him over as the first free throw was up and no good for Jacoby.
And we're talking 5'5" against 6'4".
Yeah.
2-0 Chapman. First free throw missed there by McDonald. Second free throw is up, and he cans it. Foul on each team early on. Go ahead.
It looked like early Rossville wanted to get out and run, just like the Lady Dogs did in the game before.
Langvart with it, 30 feet away from the basket. Now passes it inside on the bounce. Out to Holm. He hesitates, goes to the lane. His leaner up, won't go down, and the rebound taken in here by Mason Jones. Back the other way come the Dogs. Back in the middle of the floor to Donovan. He'll unleash a long three, and it splashes home. Jack Donovan for 3, and Rossville out 4-2.
And knew he was pulling the trigger on that as soon as he caught it. Got the ball high, good pass, good shot, good looking finish, and splashes it through for 3.
Almost 2 minutes into this game. Here's Groover, his first shot. Kind of leaning to the right-hand side. That one kissed the front of the rim and fell off, no good. Here's a bounce pass disrupted by Langvart, and it's going to bounce out, be taken away by Ray Whitehair for Chapman. Back the other way. Whitehair stops at the perimeter, now to Langvart. Secondary break coming through. He hands it off to Groover. Here's Groover, step to the left, his three-pointer, silky smooth and down. Keelan Groover with his first basket of the game, 5-4, Chapman.
And Groover's got a very good-looking shot coming off of that pick and roll right there, just able to rise up above. Is a great move right there inside by Mason, just unable to finish against Langvart.
Weston Langvart cleans it up. Now he'll play it over to Gage Picking. He'll bring it up the floor. Back to Langvart here, who continues to run that secondary break. They use him as a passer to come through on that delay. Right now a traveling call will be issued here to Groover. Second turnover by Chapman here so far early on in this game.
Yeah, Groover just kind of got ahead of himself right there. Didn't put the ball on the floor before he moved it. Rossville here early on taking a couple deep shots, but also going inside out through Mason Jones against Weston Langvart. It's going to be a matchup we're going to have to watch this whole game.
Jones trying to go high-low entry inside. It's going to be disrupted and taken away by Chapman. First turnover for Rossville here in this game. Now a loose ball as it was lost momentarily there by Picking. Now it ends up with Groover on the left-hand side. His leaner is up and no good. Langvart on the inside. Got the rebound, went back to score, and he is fouled. The foul will be on the floor, says the official, and the Irish will have to inbound underneath their own basket. Second team foul of the game so far on Rossville. This one will go against Tayson Horak, his first.
And they're going to call that one on the floor before it's going to be a battle inside. Mason Jones from Rossville is going to have his work cut out for him, giving up clear size advantage, not height-wise, but just built-wise inside.
And it's got to be Mason Jones and company, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have to get a ton of help.
Yeah, just like that, they had 3 guards collapse on it, and Langvart's going to have to look.
Groover, fadeaway three, about 4 feet behind the line. Long rebound comes out. Rossville has it. Stopping in front of the scorer's table. Horak with it. Now he goes back in the middle of the floor, and they're going to say a palming violation on Jacoby McDonald. That'll be Rossville's second turnover of the afternoon.
Yeah, he tried that little hesitation dribble right there, and he was just unable to keep his hand on top of the ball. Good call by that far side official.
5-4 Chapman as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. 4:32 left to go here in the opening period. Langvart inside, got it deep, and it's over. Boy, you knew when he got the pass down low, you can go ahead and put that one up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're going to have to work on getting him up and out of the way. It's a good deflection right there by Langvart.
3 consecutive turnovers by Rossville. Here's Chapman back running the other way, and it's going to be a layup on the right-hand side by Ray Whitehair. That'll prompt a timeout from Rossville. 9-4, Chapman off and running. One coach said a 30, the other said a full, and they're going to credit them with a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as we are just underway. 4:09 left to go in the first period, and a good start here for the Irish.
Yeah, great start for the Irish. You got 4 of your 5 starters are now in the scoring column, and I think 3 of those buckets assisted by Gage Picking, the only one not in the scoring column. But if you want a guy to run your offense coming across half court at the point to find those guys, that would be Gage Picking. And then on the other side of the ball, Rossville just struggling to get shots off right now, Devin.
Basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament brought to you by DK Sports and Fitness. They're a loyal supporter of Irish athletics and also proud to provide training to athletes all over Dickinson County. You can join a fitness class anytime you want for all ages in the region. You can also get specialty classes for, right now, softball and baseball players, little arm therapy, taking care of those guns when you get ready for the spring sports season in softball or baseball. You can also get some conditioning in if you're looking ahead for track season coming up in the spring. That's a DK Sports and Fitness in Chapman. Another turnover here out of the timeout by Rossville. That's 4 straight trips where they've turned the basketball over. And right now, Chapman looking to extend this 7-0 run. Here's Groover in the paint, has it blocked up high, and Keelan Groover's going to go to the free throw line. Remember back when Rossville led this game 4-2. Since then, it's been an Irish run of 7-0. And to the free throw line goes Keelan Groover.
Yeah, good move right there. A little hesitation and then one pump fake. and I think they were going to get that on, I thought it was going to be on Mason Jones, but they were going to get the guy down low first.
Cameron Badura looks like he will take the foul. It'll be the third team foul against the Rossville Bulldogs. Coming out for the first time, Ray Whitehair. And into the game will be Ian Souther. Groover on the free throw, makes 1 of 2. Actually, check that, made them both, sorry. Here's a nice baseline move and a shot up and good by Mason Jones.
Yeah, what a very good move down there by Mason Jones. Kind of got Langvart turned and just one really quick dribble and got around him.
11-6, that'll halt that 9-0 Chapman run, but quickly back with the fadeaway is C.J. Holm. 4 points early on for Holm. Long distance three on the right-hand side by Tayson Horak. Boy, he dialed that one up from downtown.
Yeah, that was caught that in transition, wide open, good-looking shot. Got the ball up the floor quick as both of these teams appear to want to get up the floor.
This game heating up, trying to get to the paint here is Gage Picking. The ball deflected. Official on the baseline said it went off his knee and out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for Chapman, their third.
Yeah, and he tried to get that ball picked up and get it backside to Langvart, who was open. It was just very good defense. Hands on the ball for Rossville.
There's another long distance three. Horak on the other side, and he splashes it home. Back-to-back three-pointers, and now Rossville on a run.
Yeah, mirror image of where he was at on the other side of the court, and once again caught it in rhythm, knew exactly what he was going to do with it. Going to get a foul once again here on Cameron Badura. That'll be his second, as it was C.J. Holm as a southpaw going strong to the left hand up and on the glass, and he's going to get 2 free throw attempts.
So Holm trying to put the brakes on a Rossville run right now. He cannot with the first free throw, as that one's left off the front of the rim. It was 13-4 since that point now. Rossville on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, Madura checking out and Cameron Miller checking into the game as Holm goes 1 of 2 from the stripe.
5 points early on for C.J. Holm. Here comes Rossville back the other way. 2:25 left to go here in the first period. Rossville working the ball around the perimeter. Double high post set for them. Mason Jones will bounce it across the paint to Cameron Miller. Miller all the way to the cup, and he'll have an and-one opportunity. Miller got it from the left-hand side of the lane, went all the way across the paint as he got himself deeper towards the rim, was able to kiss it off the window, and a foul will be called here on C.J. Holm, his first, and a three-point play opportunity coming up here at the free throw line for Rossville, and it's up and good for Cameron Miller.
What a great move right there by Miller. Caught that at the high post and just one dribble and knew exactly where he was going to go to it. And this big, lengthy young fella coming in off the bench was able to get to the rim super fast right there. Good move.
It's an 11-1 run for Rossville. Here's Groover. His shot will silence that. Keelan Groover had 7 in the quarter.
And his shot is quick and up. Defender, good defense right there by Rossville. Hand up in his face, just unable to not derail the shot.
Here's a shot put up now by Jacoby McDonald as he goes skidding across the baseline. His finger rolled good for 2, nearly came up with a steal. And we have a good one as this game's heating up. 17-16 now our score. Rossville out in front.
You're going to get Whitehair back in and give Langvart a little bit of a break. That Jacoby McDonald layup right there was high up over the top of the outstretched arms of Weston Langvart.
Chapman will turn it over, their 4th of the quarter. Up the floor to the cup, and a charging foul will be called as we go the other way with it. In there taking the dirty work is Ray Whitehair, as coasting into the basket that time was Cameron Miller, and he will get the player control foul, his first.
Yeah, and a great job right there of Chapman getting back on that quick turnover. Had 2 guys get down the floor. One stopped the ball, and he went around him, and the other, his running mate, standing right there just waiting for that charge and took it right between the numbers.
In this first quarter, Rossville has either scored or turned the basketball over. They haven't missed a whole lot of shots.
And now we're going to get free throws for Chapman the rest of the way.
Groover way downtown. That one glances off the side of the rim. Soaring in to try to get the rebound was Ian Souther, but it's going to be taken away by Rossville. Dogs with it on their offensive end. Now they turn it over. And that trend continues. Either they score or turn it over. Under a minute left to go here, first quarter. Lob pass on the inside for Holm. He will be fouled as he floated to the basket. Got the feed from Gage Picking, and a foul will be called here on Rossville that will send Holm to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Jack Donovan right there. I like what Gage Picking is doing for Chapman right now, really distributing the basketball very well on the inside, whether it's a skip pass or on the pick and roll, as the first free throw is going to bounce off, but really like the way Gage Picking is seeing the entire floor after he gets the turnover.
17-16 Rossville. First free throw missed there by Holm. He can get the second one here and tie this up. Southpaw free throw up and good. He did the same thing he did on his first trip to the line, missed the first, make the second. We are tied at 17. Boy, this first quarter has had everything, hasn't it? And it's also had 3 3-pointers from Tayson Horak. Rossville out in front by 3.
Yeah, just catching it in rhythm, and obviously maybe a little bit of a heat check there that still went in.
Here's a shot by Chapman that's up and no good, but C.J. Holm there to put it back in the cup. 30 seconds left to go. 20-19, Rossville leading by 1 on their offensive end. Here comes Holm, soaring in like Superman with the right hand, knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, and he was coming from the mid-court stripe, the last guy down the floor, and probably saved a wide open layup right there.
25 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Here's a 3-pointer off the inbounds. That one no good from Jack Donovan. And Chapman's going to play for the last shot. Groover has it, 14 seconds left to go. He'll cross the timeline with 12. Floating to the left-hand side in front of the scorers table. He'll get a pick here, now play it, ends up in the far corner to Holm. Little give and go underneath the picking. Had a block from behind, and they're going to say he traveled with it.
Yeah,
I don't know how that can be a traveling violation if it was a block.
So it was a block and came down, but when he came down and got the ball.
Here's a last-second shot to end the quarter by Rossville, and we will talk about what happened there when we come back. At the end of 1, Rossville 20, Chapman 19. You're listening and watching to the Irish Classic Basketball Tournament, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross Realty.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
It's the holiday season, and that means holiday gifts for you from Salina Medical Aesthetics. Now through the end of the year, purchase 1 syringe of filler and get 10 units of Botox as your holiday gift. Cruise into winter with the SME Brighten and Tighten Laser Package. 4 dye VL and 4 clear lift treatments for face and neck. Just $2,500. Botox is also 10% off. Treat yourself or those you love with specials and gift cards from Salina Medical Aesthetics. See more online with social media and salinamedesthetics.org.
It's the holiday.
High school basketball brought to you from the Irish Classic Tournament by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at rosshouses.com. Unlock your happy when you're buying or selling your next home. Also, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic, our proud sponsor of Game of the Week. We've got a lot of them here this week. Not just one game, Games of the Week. I want to thank the fine folks at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Here's Weston Langbart stepping on the accelerator. He has no brakes. As he goes to the goal on the left-hand side, he'll draw the foul and step to the free throw line. What a quarter. 39 points, nearly split right down the middle between these two teams.
Yeah, both teams shooting the ball extremely well, as you're going to get Cameron Miller with his second foul right there. But both teams' first free throws missed by Langvart. Exceptional shooting, especially by Rossville, to draw that one back in after Chapman took that early big run.
Chapman was leading 13-14, then Rossville won on an 11-0 run as Langvart misses the first free throw and he gets his second. We are tied up at 20 points apiece. That run by Rossville, though, kind of seemed to wake both these teams up offensively. They are just trading punches here in this game. And as I said, kind of midway through that first quarter, Rossville has the pattern right now. I don't know what their shooting percentages is. We aren't tracking that, but either they turn it over or they score, it seems like.
Yeah, and that run was led by Tayson Horak, who we're going to get another three. That one way off the mark. Maybe a little bit of a heat check there, but going 3 for 3 late in that first quarter.
Sir, he already had his heat check. He went 3 in a row in the first.
Well, he went to try to have the explosion check right there and didn't draw anything.
That's where on NBA Jam the net catches on fire, right? 20-20 is our score. Rossville and Chapman here battling it out here on Chapman's home floor, part of the Irish Classic Tournament. 1 minute into the second quarter. Here's Langvart down low, deep into the paint, and he is able to score. Langvart took one dribble. Most guys you would think, okay, that's way too far underneath the rim. Big body guys, though, like Weston Langvart, have the ability to just get that crack. The door's open just a little bit right, and they're able to get that. It's to their advantage.
Yeah, and it was a great finish. Maybe one thing you would have liked to see as deep as he was, he took that dribble and almost put himself out of position, is just catch it and go right back up with it, but nonetheless got the 2 points.
Here is Rossville now, trailing by 2. It's 22-20.
I think if you're Rossville here, you still got to play inside out. You saw Miller and Mason be able to get inside and then kick it right back out for an open shot.
Here's Horak for 3 after airballing the last one. This one goes off the heel, and it's a big rebound up in the air by Ian Souther. Souther has it. He'll play it now to Groover. Groover lost the basketball on the floor. Rossville Bulldog kind of going after it there on the dive. Give credit that time to Jack Donovan. He was trying to get that ball and probably almost got Chapman into a traveling violation. Their 5th turnover of the day.
I'm not sure on that. He dribbled before he picked his knee up off the ground, still had his dribble, so the official deemed that he had got up before he had taken that dribble. But Rossville, once again, hands in the passing lane and causing disruption all over the place.
22-20. Now here's a turnover for Rossville, their first one of the quarter, and their 7th one of the day.
CJ Holm back in the game, giving Ray Whitehair a much-needed break as he has been flying around on that defensive end.
Have some scores to pass along to you as we check the Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. We'll do that when we have a break in the action. Right now, Chapman with the basketballs. They come across the timeline with Gage picking, Irish leading it 22-20. 5:48 left to go here in the second quarter. Langvart has it in three-point territory, threw one in. Looking inside that time for another post move by Ian Souther, and that one went off the shoulder, too hot.
And a good recognition right there by the coaching staff. Ian Souther has Jacoby McDonald on him and has about 6-inch height advantage on that, so they drug Langvart out to the three-point line to try to get into Souther, and just the pass a little too hot for him.
Souther projected to be a starter this year for Chapman. He averaged about 5 points a game, a couple of rebounds last year as a junior. You never know what these guys go through in the fall, right? We see it all the time with southeast of Salina and of those long football seasons that they have. You don't know what kind of dings and bruises they have. Souther may be back in the starting lineup before we know it for this Chapman team. He's getting a lot of minutes here off the bench.
Yeah, and it's good look at a player out there, you know, coming off the bench, big height-wise.
Here is Jones driving. I think he's going to get the bump from Langvart, and free throws coming up for Mason Jones.
They're going to call C.J. Holm on that foul. I was with you, Devin. I thought they were going to get Langvart as well, but C.J. Holm now with his second foul of this first half.
And for either one of them, it would have been their second foul, so no advantage really one way or the other. Here's the shot put up from the free throw line by Mason Jones. He gets the first one to go down. He has 3 points now here in this game. Here's a check of our Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. Let's first look at a halftime score. Solomon leading Minneapolis 22-19. The Minneapolis girls won earlier today 59-11 over Solomon. Minneapolis on the girls' side now. That's part of that Tri-County tournament. The Minneapolis girls are still undefeated on the season. Jones makes most free throws. He has 4. He has tied this game back up now at 22 points apiece. In the other gym, Bishop Ward is battling Sacred Heart as a three-pointer goes in by Gage Picking, his first basket of the day for Chapman. That was a blowout as well. The Sacred Heart girls beat Bishop Ward 60-7. Here's Langvart up, getting the rebound, and he is fouled. That's what I talked about, the athleticism of Langvart. He's anchored to the floor most of the time, but boy, he went up and took that one off the rim.
Yeah, he did. Went up and got it, and then just a silly foul by Jacoby McDonald coming over, trying to slap it out of the hands of Langvart. Gage Picking with that three. I believe that was his first shot of the game. We've seen him dish the basketball all over, but knocking down his first three-point attempt of the game.
I believe you are correct, sir. He averaged 5 points a game a year ago, but 3 assists per game. Here's Groover from long distance. That's no good, and it hits the basket support hanging from the ceiling here at Chapman's District Gymnasium. 25-22, Chapman leading by 3, 4.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. This game's had good flow to it.
Yeah, really good flow up and down the court. Really good job by both teams. Mason Jones checks out, and St. Mildred comes into the game.
We had no flow in our first game, really.
No.
We had so many fouls called. 42 fouls called in the girls' game earlier on between Rossville and Chapman. Here's an entry pass, goes off the hands inside of Mildren, and it goes out of bounds. 8th turnover of the game for Rossville.
And that was there. Jacoby McDonald threw that one, had a vapor trail behind it. Not sure it needed to be that hard of a pass, and Mildren coming in off the bench, getting his first action, just unable to corral that one.
Halfway through, second quarter, here's a deflection by Rossville. Ball on the floor, they're going to pick it up and now start going back the other way. Mildren picked it up. It ends up in the corner for a three-pointer. That is up, no good. Langvart cleans the window for Chapman.
Langvart, a good job of blocking out right there. Obviously, he has a clear size advantage, but that time fundamentally getting his body on him, checking him out of the lane, and then going back up and high-pointing that basketball.
He'll switch spots here with Groover. Ball into Holm, high post, deflected out. Groover picks it back up. Now he'll pass it over to Weston Langvart. Back to Groover. Groover goes to work up at the top. It is a man-to-man defense here being applied by Rossville. Deep post entry to Langvart. Looking one-on-one. He goes around the defender underneath. Has a shot blocked. Gets it right back. Little pump fake. He'll score on the left-hand side. He's a problem down low when he gets the ball that deep.
Yeah, if he's getting it that deep at the block or right around the block, even a half step out, you just clear out and let him go to work and use his size to his advantage.
7 points so far by Weston Langvart. 5-point advantage for Chapman. Here's a quick three-pointer that's off the window by Tayson Orak. Boy, he has no filter, does he?
Yeah, no, now his 4th three-pointer of the game, kind of stopping a little bit of a run there by Chapman.
Here's Groover for 3, and he does the same thing Horak did, and that's knock a three-pointer off the glass.
Both of them kind of laugh at each other and high-five as they run down the floor. So getting shots to fall early for both teams, shooting the ball extremely well.
And I would say Astra Bank has some extended holiday hours on a Saturday with these guys going to the bank so much in this game. Now a traveling violation on Chapman will be their 7th. Just make sure if you're using the Astra Bank, you should be to use that Irish debit card.
Yeah, that's right. Get a little portion of every transaction you do goes back to the school district. So a couple subs in here. Looks like Jed Moody coming in for Chapman, as well as Mason Jones back in for the Dogs.
Rossville back down on their offensive end, 2:18 left to go. High post now, top of the key. Now back over left, free throw line extended. The one-on-one opportunity here. It's Mason Jones and Langvart. Jones will give that up, and it comes back over to the right-hand side of the floor. This may be the most offense Rossville's ran here this afternoon. They get it down in the post and losing the basketball. A little bit of a bump there. Down low on that low post defense by Jed Moody, who has come into the game, and Rossville lost the basketball.
Yeah, just got to be stronger with it down low inside. Not a big bump by Moody that should have displaced anything, but at that high post area, you'd like to see Mason Jones try to go at him a little bit.
Here's Moody off the bench with a three-pointer, and it's good. Jed Moody putting Chapman fans in a good mood. 33-25, it's an 8-point lead for the Irish.
Yeah, and slowly Chapman starting to stretch this out once again, as you're going to get a foul on Moody right there. Just unable to get around Mildren. So kind of a stretch run here right now. If you're Rossville, you're going to have to do something to try to slow this down, as Jacoby McDaniel is going to check back into the game for Jack Donovan to go to the bench.
Moody in there, playing off the bench as a junior, 6'2" for the Irish. Rossville right now in their biggest hole that they've had in a while. They were down by 9 at one point. Now they're down by 8, and Langvart has another rebound.
Got missed 3 right there by Horak.
Ooh, Chapman got caught picking, had a foot on the line on that far sideline, and they're going to turn it over for the 8th time. Turnover's pretty even. Rossville has one more than Chapman as we round out the second quarter here. 71 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
And I've talked about the running the offensive picking for Chapman, and McDonald's doing a very good job as you're going to get a turnover and then another turnover.
Two teams exchanging miscues there. Turnover count 10-9, and it's going to be Chapman with the ball. Exactly 1 minute left to play here in the second quarter. 33-25, Chapman leading it by 8. They have a chance here, if they want to to play for the last shot, but the tempo that this game's been going, I don't really expect that to happen.
We might see 4 or 5 more shots in this last minute the way the tempo has had. Back to that what I was saying, McDonald has been distributing the ball extremely well for Rossville, so a battle of 2 really good point guards on both teams.
Lob pass inside, Langvart. Directly underneath the basket. Little slide step, though, gets him some room. And Weston Langvart has 7 in the quarter, 9 for the game. Biggest lead of the day for Chapman. They're up by 10. And now a foul at the rack. All gas, no breaks that time for Jacoby McDonald, and he is fouled. He will go to the free throw line.
Now, I like how Jacoby is attacking the rim and going at them. Ian Souther picking up his foul, just floating it up. He can elevate for a guy that is not very tall at all. They have him listed at 5'5", and just elevates off the ground, quick off the dribble, and gets 2 free throw attempts.
So much energy, right?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Missed the first free throw. Half a minute left to go. 33.2 on the clock. 10-point lead for Chapman.
It's almost like he's expecting contact when he goes in. He's not fading away as he misses a second as well, but he's going right at those big bodies for Chapman.
He'll stay stuck on 3 points. He's 1 of 4 from the free throw line in this game. Now Chapman can play for the last shot. 23 seconds left to go. They want to take a double-digit lead into the locker room at halftime. 35-25, 17 seconds left to go. Groover still dribbling in front of the scorer's table, testing the defender. It's Horak. Now Horak loses him. He's going to foul Groover on a 3, and the basket goes in. Horak got beat. The crossover by Groover embarrassed Horak. He came back scrambling, trying to defend the 3, came over the top and fouled Keelan Groover as the ball went in. He has a chance at a 4-point play. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's, if you're Rossville, that's what you can't let happen, as he gets the free throw to go with 9 seconds left. What a great job right there by Keelan Groover.
4-point play completed. Chapman protecting their biggest lead of the afternoon. Here's Rossville for 3. Another rebound by Groover, and that'll do it. 39-25, and what a finish to that half for Keelan Groover and his Irish. They score 20 points in the quarter, and they lead at 39-25 as we take a break. Numbers from the first half. When we come back, we'll also look at the scoreboard brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital and go back and look at the girls contest that we had earlier tonight. You're listening and watching to live coverage of high school basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament brought to you by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at RossHouses.com. Unlock your happy when you buy or sell your next home with Kyrsten Ross at RossHouses.com.
The Ram Black Friday sales event is your chance to save big all month long. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors in Salina. Get 10% off MSRP on 23 Ram 1500 models. That's a discount of up to $13,000 off. On the heavier side, get up to $15,000 off a 23 Ram 2500. Shop everything Ram and find your new truck at the Black Friday sales event at Marshall Motors in Salina and online at marshallmotor.com.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
Kansas Wesleyan's Yody's Spirit Store is now open extended hours for the holiday season. Take advantage of 20% off all regularly priced items from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and wrap up those holiday shopping lists with great coyote gear. That's Yody's, located inside the Kansas Wesleyan Student Activities Center.
It's hard to find better HVAC service in central Kansas than KVK Incorporated. Located at Woodbine, Kansas, KVK has been locally owned and family operated since 1996. They're certified York dealers that also have the expertise to work on any and all brands and models. KVK's iWave air purification system provides clean, safe air that's free of bacteria and viruses, as well as dirt, dust, pollen, and other allergens. All that without the use of chemicals. Call KVK Heating and Air Conditioning today and let their family help yours.
Back here at Chapman's District Gymnasium, we are 6 quarters down, 2 more to go. Halftime of the guys contest, 39-25. Chapman just a stranglehold on that second quarter, and most of it happened late, Russ, right? I mean, it was a 20-5 second quarter for the Chapman Irish as they just finish on a flurry and take a 39-25 lead into the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, good finish to the half. Really a good second quarter. You had a battle there in that first quarter, a 1-point game at 20-19, and then Weston Langvart kind of got going there in that second quarter where he's getting the ball down low and able to finish at the rim, having 7 of his 9 coming in that second quarter. But you also had Tayson Horak, who had 3 threes in that first quarter, goes 1 for 5 from the three-point line in that second quarter, so kind of cooling down a little bit. And then you had, of course, that big play by Keelan Groover there, that and 1 3 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Keelan Groover finished with 2 3-pointers. One of them had a bonus attached to it. 14 points at half as we look at our halftime scoring. Right now, Groover leading all scorers with 14 points. 9 points for Weston Langvar, 8 points for C.J. Holm. 3 points for Gage Picking, 3 points for Jed Moody off the bench, and 2 points for Ray Whitehair. For the Rossville Bulldogs, they're being led by Tayson Horak. He has 4 3-pointers, a total of 12 points, 4 for Mason Jones, 3 for Jacoby McDonald, 3 for Jack Donovan, and 3 for Cameron Miller. Free throw shooting, Chapman 6 out of 9 from the free throw line, while Rossville's 4 out of 7. Rossville has 10 turnovers, while Chapman has 9. Couple of key moments in that first half. Chapman had an early lead of 13-4, and then Rossville went on an 11-1 run to make it 15-14. Then as we entered the second quarter with a 20-19 Rossville lead, Chapman owns the second period, only allowing 5 points and outscoring Rossville 20-5. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll check scores from across the area on the Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. That's coming up right now here at the break. 39-25. You're listening and watching to the Irish Classic High School Basketball Tournament, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at RossHouses.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Number 1 from Sacred Heart.
Back here at Chapman's District Gymnasium, Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, halftime of the guys contest. Right now, Chapman leading 39-25. Other scores from across the area of games that are going on right now. Solomon on the boys' side, they beat Minneapolis 43-30. On the girls' side, it was lopsided the other way as Minneapolis girls remain undefeated as they beat Solomon today. Also, Sacred Heart's girls got a victory 60-7 over Bishop Ward earlier in this tournament. The Chapman girls took it on the chin as Rossville beat them 83-40 in this Irish Classic tournament. Here it's 65-39, a 14-point lead for the Irish. As we check scores also from last night's action. It was a busy Friday night around the county of Dickinson County and also Saline County. Salina South, Salina Central played last night, and it was a split with the South girls winning and the Central boys winning. Also, southeast of Salina and Beloit split last night with the southeast girls winning 46-36. The Beloit boys won 44-40. Those Central scores, South won on the girls' side 51-46. The Central boys 65-57. Chapman won both of their girls and guys games last night. Sacred Heart lost to Rossville on the girls' side, but won on the boys' side 65-49. That's a check of the scoreboard brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action for you. It's another 2-minute timeout as you're watching high school basketball from the Irish Classic Tournament, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross. From Salina to Wamego, she is your realtor at rosshouses.com.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Chapman's District Gymnasium, halftime of the boys contest. 39-25, a strong second quarter by the Chapman Irish. As we check in on some college basketball involving state teams. Of course, today's the big border showdown between KU and Missouri. That rivalry once again has been ignited. They're squaring off this afternoon. K-State already has a win in the books as they were able to win against LSU. K-State 75, LSU 60 in that game. For the Wildcats, another win for them, and Russ, not an overtime game. They won 3 games in a row in overtime. They used this victory in regulation, and they win by 15 over LSU. Glad you could join us for high school basketball as 30 games rattled off on the Eagle Communications network of stations and also the Salina Post. And we can't do it without great sponsors like KVK, Heating and Air, and Woodbine. Also, Smoky Valley Ag Services, your local Pioneer seed dealer. DK Sports and Fitness, Astra Bank in Chapman, USD 473 Chapman Schools, and of course, Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at rosshouses.com, and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. These two teams very capable of scoring and scoring in streaks, making runs here, Russ. What do you expect here out of this third quarter?
I think Rossville shooting the ball well. They're going to have to do a better job inside on Langvart as they're going to switch to a zone defense, and maybe that allows them to get more pressure on the inside.
Keelan Groover trying to pick up where he left off. He starts the third quarter with a three-pointer, left-hand side. That one rims out no good. Here comes Rossville back the other way. Horak, baseline jumper. That's no good. Rebound taken, though, by Chapman. Ball on the floor. We're going to have a traveling violation. That looks kind of strange. Ray Whitehair got up, got the basketball, and then when he came down, might have stepped on another shoe or a foot and let the basketball go, but then tried to pick it up as he got up. And that was a traveling violation there off that rebound. So Rossville will keep it here on their offensive end. 39-25. Chapman outscored Rossville 20-5 in that second quarter, and now the Dogs turn it back over, their 11th turnover of the game.
Yeah, Mason Jones just kind of not on the same page with Badura there. Just try to get the bounce pass into him as a back cut. Badura did not back cut. However, Mason assumed he was going to, and another turnover for the Dogs.
Gage Picking has it on the left. Rossville coming out here playing in a zone defense. Underneath, a shot put up by Holm. That's no good. Gets his own rebound, though, on a little self-pass action. And C.J. Holm is in double digits now with 10.
Yeah, had 8 in that first quarter and then no points in the second. But what I like out of Holmes is his wingspan, and he elevates and gets up off the floor. Just a very all-around good player, good on the defensive end as well.
With the basketball, floating to the left is Jacoby McDonald. Now it ends up inside to Jack Donovan. Badura thought about a three. Now he's going to drive, and C.J. Holm there to trip him up. And that's a big foul for Chapman because now C.J. Holm, one of their top scorers, has just taken on his third foul.
Yeah, not sure about that one there. It looked like the offensive dribbler kind of got his legs twisted up, and C.J. Holm was way over there, and he just got a technical foul right there coming off the floor.
And his coach is not happy about him. You might be able to hear Drew Groover in the background as a technical whistled on Holm as he was coming over to the bench. Now he has 4 fouls. That's exactly what his coach was screaming at him as he comes to the bench. So another foul on Chapman, 4 now on Holm, and Horak at the free throw line. He has not scored inside 20 feet tonight.
Yeah, and had some choice words with the official. Thought he'd get away with it after he was come across his face, and Groover just, you can't really argue that, as it was, if you may have picked it up, talking to him after the line. So now you're going to get 2 free throws as it looks like Horak goes 1 for 2 from the line, and they will get the ball back right here. Try to get a little run going, maybe use this as momentum if you're Rossville.
41-26. Was a brief 16-point advantage there for Chapman. Sometimes those technicals on coaches can ignite a fire under a team. I'm not sure Chapman needed one right there with a 16-point lead, but we get one, and now a traveling violation will be whistled against Rossville.
Yeah, I think if he elevates in there in the lane, he's just got to go up with that. Just kind of drug that pivot foot a little bit. Now you need a stop if you're Rossville. If you're Chapman, I don't think you can change much. You still have to go inside to Langvart and play inside out.
41-26. They try to get to Langvart. It's tipped, loose ball now, saved by Groover, it looks like. Now he's on the deck, has a leg and the basketball all at the same time, and his coach is going to call a timeout here and bail him out. Chapman will have the ball when we come back. 6:10 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout as we step aside here on Salina Post.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? With 10 years of experience serving Northeast Kansas from Abilene to Wamego, leave it to a professional. Call Kyrsten Ross, Realtor and owner with Homefront Real Estate Group. Buying a home, whether it be your first time or second time, is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll make in a lifetime. Therefore, finding the right agent to help you make the process easier is essential. Kyrsten Ross is there for you and your family every step of the way. Visit rosshouses.com and go Irish.
41-26 out of the 30-second timeout called by Chapman. A safe possession there. They will have the basketball on their own baseline. Keelan Groover will inbound it. He'll go way up high near the half-court stripe and find Ray Whitehair. Whitehair deals it back now to Groover. They get it into the lane to Picking. He'll step back. 18-foot jump shot on the way, no good. Come crashing in is Souther. Souther high-pointed that basketball but then lost it on his way down. And here comes Rossville back the other way. McDonald with it. He'll try a curl pass to the high post to Badura, and Rossville mishandles another one. They have 3 straight turnovers around that technical foul.
Yeah, and Souther coming in flying for that rebound and just elevates above everybody else to get the offensive rebound, just unable to corral that to get it back to his offensive running mates.
5:30 left to go here in the third period. 41-26. Chapman looking to save a winning record here in the Irish Classic, their host tournament. Here's Picking on a 3. That's no good. Cleaned up down low by Rossville's Cameron Badura. These two teams, both of them coming in looking for a win. Rossville looking to even their record back at 2-2. Chapman looking to go 2-1, as they've only played 3 games, this being their 3rd on the season. Here's a curl cut to the basket. Shot put up by Badura is no good. Rebound brought out of there by Souther, and he is fouled from behind. It will be the first team foul of the 3rd quarter on Rossville.
I think you're going to get the second foul on Badura there. Just kind of an unnecessary foul, to say the least, as Cameron Miller's going to check back into the game. I liked what I saw out of Cameron Miller in that high post in the first half between him and Mason Jones. Let's see if they can go back to that, as they had very good success at that.
Groover inside to Langvar. Weston turns, squares up. His ball takes 2 bounces off the rim and falls off on the backside. Horak with the rebound for Rossville. Speedy McDonald back up the other way. Tries to go over the top of Langvar. Kissed the front of the rim, but he's knocked to the floor. And 2 free throws coming up here for Jacoby McDonald. For Weston Langvart, he has just got his second foul.
And both fouls coming off the same play by Jacoby McDonald. And I think Coach Groover over here telling Langvart, you're 6'5", just put your hands up and you don't need to leave your feet. Because if he doesn't leave his feet right there, it's not a foul, as Jacoby comes into him and he's just holding his ground. So as Aiden Muniz gets into the game right here for Chapman.
A field goal in the first quarter for Jacoby McDonald, but at the free throw line, he's 1 of 6 so far in this game. 41-26, our score. As you said, Aiden Muniz into the game here for Chapman, as the Irish lead up by 15, 4:28 left to go here in the 3rd as we approach the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Rossville's girls with a big victory earlier today over Chapman. Here's a steal by Tayson Horak inside for a leaner off the window, up and good by Cameron Miller. And right as you called on Cameron Miller, he does respond.
Yeah, good job feeding and rewarding the big man for running the floor. Very good pass in traffic, and Miller just kind of corralled his body and good body control and was able to go up in a tough spot dead on the rim to lay that one up and in.
Picking has it up top. He'll swing it right-hand side to Muniz. 41-28, this Chapman lead still hovers around double digits. Here's Groover for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Langvart gets the rebound. He'll go back up with it. His shot blocked, gets it back again. Shot blocked again. Mason Jones in there in denial of Langvart. Chapman still has it, though. They kick it out now to the perimeter. Go back into Langvart. A diving Tayson Horak slapped that basketball out of bounds. It will stay with the Irish here on their own baseline. They'll get a chance to run some baseline offense.
Very good job on defense right there by Mason Jones of going straight up and blocking back-to-back shots. That second one, Langvart, I think he's got to go right back up. Once again, he put the ball on the floor. And now you're going to get a turnover as Groover steps out of bounds. And how impressive of a defensive stand was that by Mason Jones, causing that turnover, but not only that, blocking 2 of Langvart's shots.
His timing definitely to a benefit there, as he's able to deflect that a couple of times as Groover steps on the baseline. Ball back over now to Rossville. Kick out, right-hand side. Horak on another 3. That one off the front of the rim as it trickled over the top, and the rebound to Picking. Here comes Gage Picking back the other way. Operating on the right-hand side. Lob pass over the top. Groover for a long 3. Too strong, no good. Long rebound and a run out comes to Cameron Miller. Miller to the right-hand side to Horak. He'll play it back down the secondary break to Jack Donovan. Now back to Tayson Horak on the right wing. Mason Jones has it as he goes to work into the paint. Shot up off the rim, won't go. Langvart muscling the rebound out of there.
Yeah, there was going to be no jump ball right there.
Pray for the children if there's a hand caught in that when Langvart rips that ball out of there. And a full timeout called by Chapman. 41-28 is our score. 2:47 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're listening and watching to Irish Classic Basketball Tournament in Chapman, brought to you by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at rosshouses.com.
It's hard to find better HVAC service in central Kansas than KVK Incorporated. Located in Woodbine, Kansas, KVK has been locally owned and family operated since 1996. They're certified York dealers that also have the expertise to work on any and all brands and models. KVK's iWave air purification system provides clean, safe air that's free of bacteria and viruses, as well as dirt, dust, pollen, and other allergens. All that without the use of chemicals. Call KVK Heating and Air Conditioning today and let their family help yours.
Kansas Wesleyan's Yode's Spirit Store is now open extended hours for the holiday season. Take advantage of 20% off all regularly priced items from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and wrap up those holiday shopping lists with great Coyote gear. That's Yody's, located inside the Kansas Wesleyan Student Activities Center.
Back here in Chapman, just as we were complimentary of the flow in the offense in the second quarter, we have hit an offensive brick wall. Here, 2:45 left to go in the third, and Russ, we have only seen 5 total points scored in this third quarter. Right now, it's Rossville winning the quarter 3-2.
Yeah, and only 2 made baskets, one of those being that free throw by Horak that come off the technical from C.J. Holmes. So lids on the basket, but I think it's much better defense to start this second half.
Chapman still in control, 41-28 as they lead it by a baker's dozen. Here's a pass slapped out of bounds by Rossville. Picking, looking inside at Langvart. Those two acknowledge each other as if to say, don't worry, we'll try it again.
Yeah, and it looks like Rossville is going back into the man-to-man defense, and they've kind of switched up, and it looks like it's going to be Mildred now on Langvart inside instead of Miller.
Picking has it on the wing. Langvart with the left hand in the air, wanted the basketball. They swing it around the perimeter instead. Souther going to work. He'll get all the way to the rim, and a shot is up and in. Ian Souther gets his first field goal of the day.
Yeah, and real quick, right back down the floor, it's going to be Mildred. One dribble up over Langvart for the 2.
St. Mildred gets the second field goal of the quarter for Rossville. 2 teams exchanged baskets there. The Irish lead remains at 13. 1:48 left to go here, third period. Here's a ball that goes off the knee of Souther, picked up by Rossville, and they have a run out. Down the court, Cameron Miller, and he's stripped from behind by number 11 on the other squad. That's Ian Souther giving chase, and he prevented a layup there from the Dogs. A foul, though, called on Souther.
Yeah, it was either a layup or a foul right there. Souther chose to just take both arms out, so Cameron Miller could not get that one up. But the guard play on the defensive end by both sides to start this game, or start the second half, has been extremely well.
First free throw up and good by Cameron Miller. He has 6 points in this game for Rossville.
It'll be interesting here with 4 fouls for C.J. Holm, how long he stays on the bench going into the fourth quarter.
Second free throw also up and good. And how much of it is basketball strategy, how much of it is discipline?
Yeah, I think it's a little of both, but right now, early on in the season, you would imagine it's a little bit of discipline over strategy.
Here's Langvart inside. He came off of a flex cut from the backside. Groover found him down low, and Weston Langvart moves into double digits with 11.
And that'll be 3 Chapman Irish now in double digits for this game.
Rossville had it cut down to 11 there momentarily, but Chapman comes right back and they respond. 45-32, 70 seconds left to go here in the third.
You have a mismatch inside with Mason Jones being guarded by Ray Whitehair right here, and they're trying to get the ball to him, just unable to.
Here's a jumper, top of the circle, a long 2 put up by Jack Donovan. That's no good. Battle for the rebound, 1 by Weston Langvart.
And I think if you're Rossville, you have to recognize that and try to find some way to get the ball over and get Mason Jones a touch.
Here's Souther with it. He dribbles between the legs, now finds Groover, who comes free along the baseline. Now the opposite way, picking for a 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound taken in by the Dogs. It's Jack Donovan. Here comes Donovan back the other way. He plays it right-hand side. A long-distance 3 by Horak. Off the front of the rim, no good. Mildred down low, though. Back and forth move, trying to score over Langvart, won't go. And a rebounding foul will send us the other way as Rossville takes on their second team foul of the quarter.
I think it's going to be on Mason Jones. Whitehair was able to get him boxed out. That'll be Jones' second foul, but more of a frustration there why he can't get the ball on a size mismatch, and they have to recognize that if they want to try to get back in this game.
14 seconds left to play, third period. Picking has the basketball, dancing with the defender out near the logo, center court. Inside, Langvart has it with 6 left on the clock. Looking over his right shoulder, throws it into the backcourt, chased by Picking, and it's going to be a backcourt violation with 2.2 seconds left to play here in the third.
And now Rossville's going to get this at midcourt with 2.2, so you should be able to try to get a shot off here as long as you can catch it going to your side of the basket.
Trying to put a dent in this 13-point Chapman lead. The inbounder on the far side will be Jack Donovan. He'll get it into Horak. Why not? Long distance shot on the way, and it misses badly. It's an air ball, and that's the end of the third. 45-32 our scores. We cruise on through to the fourth quarter. Games from the Irish Classic Tournament this week brought to you by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor, RossHouses.com. Unlock your happy.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
The Ram Black Friday sales event is your chance to save big all month long. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors in Salina. Get 10% off MSRP on 23 Ram 1500 models. That's a discount of up to $13,000 off. On the heavier side, get up to $15,000 off a 23 Ram 2500. Shop everything Ram and find your new truck at the Black Friday sales event at Marshall Motors in Salina and online at marshallmotor.com.
One final quarter left here from the Irish Classic Basketball Tournament in Chapman. Devin Haney, Russ Kosselback, Brian Denton providing live stream video here on SalinaPost.com. 45-32 our score. Chapman leading it by a baker's dozen here as we go into the final quarter. Really nothing gained or lost by either squad through that third quarter.
Yeah, and you're going to get a tough foul right there on Langvart as Mason Jones was able to get side and try that left-handed scoop. I think if you're Rossville to get back in this game, you're going to have to get a couple shots to go down, but you're also going to have to turn the ball over and get speed Chapman up.
Jones at the free throw line makes the first free throw. He is 3 from 3 at the stripe. 5 points so far.
And I think Jones he's going to have to touch the ball more times than not on the inside. Is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line is Jones to get this to an 11-point game. And you're going to have to chip away at this slowly but surely. You don't have to get it all back at one shot, but it starts right down here as they switch back up into the man-to-man defense.
The second time here in the second half, Rossville has had Chapman's lead down to 11. Chapman has answered once. Now trying to answer again. Groover on the inside. He's hammered from behind. I believe this is Jones again, as Groover will go to the free throw line. And it is Mason Jones on the foul.
His third foul now in this game, kind of asking, but he hammered him from the backside is right. So if you're Chapman, now slow it down, get good offensive looks. They had a good back cut right there and an unfortunate layup. First free throw up and good for Keelan Groover, who is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Groover leading 3 different Chapman players in double digits. He has 15, 11 for Langvart, 10 for Holm. Second free throw is good. 16 now for Keelan Groover. 7:15 left to go here. Fourth quarter, 47-34. Again, Rossville got to that 11-point margin. Chapman answered right back to put it at 13. 1 minute into the fourth. Mason Jones has it on the far side. Now up top in the keyhole area. Kick out here for a three-pointer. That's no good. It was McDonald feeding the corner out to the outside to Badura. Badura now picks up the loose ball, and he goes back to score his first points of the afternoon.
And Chapman wanted to travel right there as he fell to the ground, but he never really had control of the ball as he went and just kind of batted it around, and then Badura able to find it and go up and under Langvart to get this once again to an 11-point game. I think if you're Rossville, you got to get this game in single digits and try to put a run together.
47-36 our score. Chapman, bounce pass inside. Langvart may have mishandled the basketball just a little bit, but he gets underneath the goal. And again, the door open just a crack. That's all Weston Langvart needs as he's able to kiss it off the window and take the foul. A three-point play opportunity coming up for Weston Langvart.
And just a silly foul right there by Jacoby McDonald. His second one now that has come on Langvart. Just about a 1.5 size advantage as Langvart misses a free throw. You got to stay on the floor there and expect him and block him out after it goes in.
And it's interesting because we talked about that, right? McDonald's 5'5", Langvart's 6'4". The two definitely different in body types, but they have committed their two fouls against each other on both ends.
Yes.
It's strange.
Mason Jones right there with a great offensive rebound to get that one and put it up in for his 4th point of the half. And once again, back to that magical 11 number.
5:50 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Rossville not giving up in this game. These two teams playing hard, and an Irish turnover. That has not happened a lot here in this second half. That's just their 5th turnover of the second half.
Yeah, and the Rossville coach extremely upset with down low about not getting body contact fouls right here. So see if Rossville, I think you got to attack still and go into Mason Jones.
Rossville pitches it out. Here's a 3-pointer. That is up no good from Jack Donovan, and Chapman gets the rebound. It's in the hands of Groover. Langvart hanging out in the backcourt in case he needs help. Now he'll clear out and go find his space down towards the baseline. Here's Groover with a ball fake. Now he is fouled by Badura. Cameron Badura will get his 3rd personal foul, and Keelan Groover will go back to the free throw line. 16 points so far for Groover.
Yeah, and I like the way Groover just kind of took that over. He got it across half court and said, I'm going to take this one little head fake, and gets down, and Badura just hammers him down there as the first free throw by Groover is good.
A spirited conversation going on right now between one of the officials and the Rossville coach, Brandon McDonald. He is definitely not happy about something.
He's body contact on the inside as the second free throw is up and good. Groover still perfect from the free throw line.
Here's Rossville back the other way in transition. Shot up, no good. And if he's asking for body contact, that's not going to make him happy either. There's a lot of body contact there.
That one was much better defense. It's straight up. As now Rossville's going to pick up full court right here.
And here is a 10-second violation. Groover right at the half-court stripe. Went between his legs, stepped from right to left, and just as he did that to come across the line, the official whistled 10.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play right there. Regardless, it's a turnover, and Rossville gets it back and still unable to get this thing down into single digits.
Rossville has it here. A floater to the rim, up, no good. The battle for the rebound, won by Gage Picking. Picking now, trying to get around this Rossville defense that has ratcheted up the pressure with 4:35 left to go here in the game. Langvard has it in 3-point territory. Watches Picking go through. Now a couple of dribbles, might have it picked, and he does. Mason Jones took it away. Jones gets called with a palming violation. That's going to heat McDonald, Coach McDonald, up even more because Picking had Langvart leaning on him the whole way down the floor. That caused him to mishandle the basketball, which caused the palming violation and the carrying violation anyway. And the conversation between he and the same official continues.
Yeah, I'm sure the contact was real early on in that. If there was going to be a foul, it was going to be right after the turnover. That dribble with Mason's left hand, he just kind of lost it. But I'm with you. If he's wanting contact, there's been an awful lot of it here in this last minute and a half.
And I may have figured out, too, how that 10 count happened last time down the floor on Chapman. As this official was being engaged in the conversation as a big block by Rossville at the rim, and another block on the other end is going to be a foul. Anyway, to finish that thought, as the official was engaged with Coach McDonald in that conversation, he's also making the backcourt count, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, very quick as that happens. So, nonetheless, just an observation. Those two continue to talk. They're going to become friends after this.
Yeah, and Ray Whitehair picking up his first foul, and Jacoby McDonald back to the free throw line where he continues to struggle in this game. Now 1 for 8 from the free throw line.
51-38. We're almost halfway through this fourth quarter as another free throw is missed by McDonald. And as a team, Rossville not doing well either. 7 of 15, they're under 50%. 4 minutes left to play as we work our way on the second half of the fourth quarter. Chapman still leading here, 51-38. They had a big second quarter, and they continue to live on the work that they did there in the second, outscoring Rossville 20-5 after trailing by 1 at the end of the first. C.J. Holm is back into the game, and C.J. Holm is back scoring. He now has 12. Jumper on the left elbow from 15 feet.
Yeah, good move right there. Got by his defender and was able to pull up and get that floater to fall.
There's a pitch out to Jack Donovan. Thought about the three, goes to the lane on the right-hand side, kisses it off the window for 2. 5 points for Jack Donovan.
His first scoring of this second half coming with 3:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Now you're going to get a cheap foul out here on Tayson Horak, which will be his third and now the fourth team foul on Rossville.
If you're going to foul someone, I know it wasn't purposely to send him to the line in a strategy move, so to speak, but I don't know that I would foul Keelan Gruber. Of course, it's a foul on the floor, but so far Keelan Gruber's been pretty darn good from the line tonight. He's 7 of 7.
Yeah, and if it's going to come down to that, you're going to have to look at who has missed a bunch of free throws for Chapman, and bad news for Rossville is not very many of them have missed, as you're going to get another foul out here by Jacoby McDonald, and now that's going to be his third, and now you're going to have free throws, Devin, the rest of the way for Chapman.
So McDonald gets his third foul. They're at the limit now. Rossville at 5 team fouls. 2 shots coming up here for Gage Picking. Remember, the 1-and-1 opportunity at the free throw line no longer exists in high school basketball. Picking has 2 opportunities here waiting on him with 3:08 left to go. First one is up, and it's good.
His first free throws of the game and his first point of the second half, just having that 1 3-pointer in that second quarter.
Second free throw on the way is also good. Picking has 5. He had a 3-pointer in the second quarter, and now a timeout will be called, as we will take it. 3:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a full timeout, 55-40. Chapman leads it on Salina Post.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? With 10 years of experience serving Northeast Kansas from Abilene to Wamego, leave it to a professional. Call Kyrsten Ross, Realtor and owner with Homefront Real Estate Group. Buying a home, whether it be your first time or second time, is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll make in a lifetime. Therefore, finding the right agent to help you make the process easier is essential. Kyrsten Ross is there for you and your family every step of the way. Visit rosshouses.com and go Irish.
It's hard to find better HVAC service in central Kansas than KVK Incorporated. Located at Woodbine, Kansas, KVK has been locally owned and family operated since 1996. They're certified York dealers that also have the expertise to work on any and all brands and models. KVK's iWave air purification system provides clean, safe air that's free of bacteria and viruses, as well as dirt, dust, pollen, and other allergens. All that without the use of chemicals. Call KVK Heating and Air Conditioning today and let their family help yours.
Just a shade over 3 minutes left in this game. 3:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Chapman leading Rossville 55-40 from the Irish Classic Tournament here in Chapman from the District Gymnasium. Chapman has the basketball, Rossville has the basketball. Chapman playing defense as we go inside. 3 minutes left to go. Rossville, Russ, they need an offensive spurt here to make this interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, and you're going to need defense as well, as you're going to get the offensive bucket right there by Cameron Miller. Now it's got to turn to the defense. You're going to have to find a way to get a stop, and they haven't been able to do that very much in this second half.
9 for Miller, full court man-to-man here by the Bulldogs from Rossville. Clock down to 2:35. Groover hands it over to Picking. Picking back to Groover. Also Ray Whitehair back on the floor here for Chapman in a diving effort to keep that ball alive for Rossville from Tayson Horak. Goes out of bounds though. And Chapman will keep it here, inbounding in front of their own bench. Into the backcourt it goes to Whitehair. Whitehair comes across the line. Starts left, goes back right, now looking for help in a double team. He'll find CJ Holm. Holm over to Picking on the far side. Chapman just trying to shorten this game out here and melt this clock down.
Yeah, they're just trying to run the clock out right here, and it's going to be tough. It's tough for a team to kill this much time off the clock. And remember, Rossville has no fouls to give here, as the Chapman will shoot free throws the rest of this game.
Yeah, and it's just a wide open passing game type offense right now for Chapman. It's a pop and pick type of deal, where they are just having their 4 guards run around. Weston Langbart, who's along the baseline in the paint there. He's there for emergency purposes only. And now a timeout called as Chapman got in a tough spot on that far side in a trap.
And a very good timeout there by Coach Groover. They kind of got Rossville kind of worked the ball down into the corner, and Picking kind of got caught in no man's land there. Coach Groover realizing it and getting that timeout right away, but so far able to kill a little over a minute on that possession right there.
Yeah, they cut the time in half, right?
Yeah.
The last time out we were at 3:08. Chapman had a 13-point lead. Now we're at 1:41. Chapman still has a 3-point lead, 55-42. So cutting the time in half, still with possession of the basketball, has the Irish.
And Chapman having 10 points in this quarter, 6 of them coming from the free throw line. So very good shooting free throws here in this second half is Chapman.
12 of 18 for the game from the line are the Irish. I'm sure that may come into play here as Rossville is at the limit. You're less reluctant to foul, though, in these positions, right? Because there is no 1-and-1 anymore.
Yeah.
So you know Chapman's going to shoot 2 if you put him at the line intentionally.
Yeah, and a good dribble drive right there by Groover, and he just able to kick it back out, had a wide open layup. Very good play by a young man.
Clock continuing to melt down. Here's a steal now. Rossville takes it the other way with Jack Donovan all the way to the layup. Missed it. Donovan missed his layup. It's going to be put back in by Jones, who gets the 2-pointer in. 6 points in this quarter for Jones, 10 for the game. Back to 11. That's been the big hill that Rossville cannot climb in this game. They've gotten it to 11 on 5 different occasions, and now a foul will be called here on the Dogs.
You get Horak right there for his 4th. And you're going to get Groover back to the free throw line where he is perfect on the night.
1:03 left to go. It's an 11-point lead for Chapman. Groover, he just has that look, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, you know he's going to shoot a high percentage. The stroke looks the same every single time.
Stepping up with confidence, knowing that you're going to go in, is just real relaxed, up and over.
So much to the fact that we can't even jinx him.
Yeah, 6 for 6 now in the quarter.
Not that we were trying to. Here's a minute left to go, and all the way down the floor, Jacoby McDonald gets inside of that Chapman defense. He's going to score a layup, and a timeout called here by the Bulldogs. 57-46 is our score. A chance for us to remind you that we're here because of some of our great sponsors, including Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, KVK Heating and Air Conditioning in Woodbine, USD 473 Chapman Schools, Astra Bank in Chapman. Remember, it's the home of the Irish debit card. Also, Amanda West Agency. Our student athletes work hard, and you need an insurance agent that works just as hard for you with 24-hour service and the ability to answer all of your questions. Your local State Farm agent in Abilene is Amanda West Agency. She supports the student athletes in Dickinson and Saline County. Also, Smoky Valley Ag Services, your local Pioneer Seeds dealer, and DK Sports and Fitness.
And I think if you're Rossville here, you go back, and after this game, if you're unable to win it, you're going to go back to that second quarter and look where you were outscored by 15 points.
49 seconds left to play in the backcourt here. Chapman trying to get it across. Groover steps on the accelerator, and he does so, and then took a couple extra slides there as he was being chased. That's pretty solid call, I think, by that sideline official. He had dogs all over him and just took that extra little shuffle there at the end.
Yeah, now they're going to rotate offense for defense and put Langvart back in and bring Souther out. Yeah, Groover, I think knew he was running up against that 10 count once again in the backcourt. Kind of just took it upon himself and just unable to slow down.
Here's Rossville, a little teardrop shot at the basket. That's no good, but somehow it gets poked in. Was that McDonald?
No, that was Langvart.
Okay.
He went up to go get it, but I think you got to give it to that guy that was down there, but definitely Langvart tipped that one in.
Short little Jacoby McDonald at 5'5". And now a foul is going to be called. And that will send Rossville's coach in disbelief running the other way. Brandon McDonald looked at that play, couldn't believe it. It's going to send C.J. Holm to the free throw line.
And the 4th foul on Mason Jones. So now 2 with 3, 2 with 4 fouls here with 29 seconds left.
Rossville had it within 9 momentarily. C.J. Holm, though, makes the first free throw. He has 13 on the game. 29.5 seconds left to play. Second free throw by Holm, also good. He went 1 of 2 on both of his trips in the first half. Goes 2 of 2 there. Here's McDonald, right back down the paint, leaves it off for Cameron Miller, and a shot up and good. Miller now has 11, and a full timeout called here by Rossville. 25.3 seconds left to play. And a 3-possession game at 59-50.
You gotta Rossville here, you're going to have to foul, but Chapman doing a great job at the free throw line in this whole game. But in the fourth quarter alone, you have Keelan Groover, who is 6 for 6. Langvart is the only miss on an and one. CJ Holm 2 for 2, and Gage Picking 2 for 2 from the line. So I think if you're Rossville, knowing you got a foul, where do you get the foul at? As you look in the timeout, the assistant coach is coming over to Langvart and asking him, why'd you tip that into their basket on that last one?
Yeah, for Langvart, that's points 14 and 15, but you have to credit it to the nearest Rossville player. And to me, that was Jacoby McDonald, who was jumping up and might have had a little something to do with it, disrupting that. So McDonald now has 7 points as we are getting ready to round this one out. 25.3 seconds left to go. Chapman with the lead of 9. They also have the basketball 90 feet away from their rim. Groover will be the inbounder. He'll come into CJ Holm. Holm holds it. Now he gets it to Picking. Picking's going to be fouled here by Jacoby McDonald. McDonald will pick up his 4th foul, and Picking will go to the free throw line.
And like I said, Chapman 10 for 11 from the free throw line in this fourth quarter alone.
So Picking stands there alone with 2 Bulldogs, 1 on each side of the paint. 20 seconds left to go. First free throw is up, and it's good. 6 points for Gage Picking.
And in fact, Chapman has only made 2 baskets in this fourth quarter other than free throws.
But they have been really good at the free throw line. 10-point advantage right now. Picking tries to make it 11, and he does. Under 20 seconds left to go. Speeding back the other way, Jacoby McDonald. Works his way off to the left-hand side, gets back in the paint, now throws it into the backcourt. A couple of Rossville and Chapman players going after it. Now Horak will pull up from 3. That was actually Jack Donovan, and Donovan is going to get his second three-pointer of the day. He now has 8 points, and momentarily that'll put it a little bit tighter, but time running out on the Rossville Bulldogs. 61-53 with 6 seconds left to play.
And that's the first three-pointer made by Rossville since early in that second quarter when Tayson Horak got his 4th 3 of the game, but that was with about 2 minutes into the second quarter. So really the last 2/3 of this game, Rossville unable to find it from deep range.
Chapman, you mentioned their prowess from the free throw line in this game. And in this quarter especially, they are 12 of 13 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter alone. And that has helped them stay out in front of this late surge here by the Rossville Bulldogs.
Yeah, they have 16 points in this fourth quarter, and all but 4 of them have come from the free throw line. So I think if you're Coach Groover, you like what you see right now from your Chapman team. They got that lead, to 15, and up until about the last minute, never really let it get back into single digits. Expect another quick foul right here for Rossville to somehow try to extend this game a little bit longer.
Groover will be the inbounder. A stack formation here from Chapman just beyond the free throw line, and a quick foul will be whistled here against Rossville. It'll go against Makai Jackson. Just into the game for the first time. That is his first foul. And going to the free throw line is Ray Whitehair for Chapman. He has not shot free throws in this game.
Yeah, he had 2 points early in that first quarter. The first one missed, and he has not scored since. Only the second missed free throw in this fourth quarter for Chapman.
Just 5 seconds left here. Rossville continues to make shifts and adjustments for a good possession here. Second free throw by Whitehair is good. Boy, after that first one, I didn't expect that. And the final seconds here, a three-pointer by McDonald is up, no good, and that will be the final. Chapman comes into a strong second quarter, and they're able to finish the Irish Classic Tournament with a 2-1 record. Rossville will slip now to 1-3. 62-53 our final score. When we come back, we'll put the cap on this, and we'll have final scoring for you, and we will also have our Smart Insurance Smart Play of the Game. It's coming up here after an Irish victory, 62-53. Chapman wins it over Rossville here on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps, takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
It's the holidays, the most glorious time of the year. Friends and family coming to your home to celebrate with dinner, drinks, and that terrible, horrendous smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home and making your holiday stink. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you're asking for trouble. Call Salina Septic Service today, and we will make sure your holiday is jolly and bright. Salina Septic Service, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and worry-free holiday season.
It's the holiday season, and that means holiday gifts for you from Salina Medical Aesthetics. Now through the end of the year, purchase 1 syringe of filler and get 10 units of Botox as your holiday gift. Cruise into winter with the SME Brighten and Tighten Laser Package. 4 dye VL and 4 clear lift treatments for face and neck, just $2,500. Botox is also 10% off. Treat yourself or those you love with specials and gift cards from Salina Medical Aesthetics. See more online with social media and salinamedesthetics.org.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here.
The hours.
62-53, the final score here. Chapman salvages the split in their doubleheader, girls then boys, with the Rossville Bulldogs. As the Chapman Irish, again, we lean back on that second quarter where Chapman outscored Rossville 20-5. Let's go over final scoring for you. For the Chapman Irish, Keelan Groover with 20 points. He led all scorers tonight. He had help from C.J. Holm with 14, Weston Langvart with 13, 7 points for Gage Picking, 3 points for Ray Whitehair, 3 points off the bench for Jed Moody, and 2 points for Ian Souther. The Rossville Bulldogs, they also had 3 guys in double digits today. Tayson Horak with 13, 11 for Cameron Miller, 10 for Mason Jones, 8 for Jack Donovan, 7 for Jacoby McDonald, 2 apiece for Cameron Badura, and also St. Mildred. Free throw shooting looked like this. Chapman 19 of 24 from the free throw line. Just an excellent free throw shooting percentage. They were 13 of 15, even better in the fourth quarter when it mattered the most. As you said during that fourth quarter, just 2 field goals made by Chapman, but they manufactured 13 at the free throw line in that final quarter. Rossville 9 of 17 from the free throw line in this game. 15 turnovers for Chapman, 14 turnovers for Rossville, and a couple of key moments in this game. Early on, Chapman led this game 13-4 as they went on a 9-0 run, but then Rossville came back and they put on an 11-1 run themselves. They led by 1 at the end of the first quarter, 20-19. Then that big monster second quarter by the Irish, 20-5. They took a 39-25 lead into halftime, and Rossville just could never get over that hump. They did get it down to single digits, down to 9 a couple of times late in that last couple of minute flurry, but ultimately it was the Irish tonight closing things out this afternoon, I should say, 62-53.
And I think it leads you kind of what the stats you just put out, the smart play of the game. I think it has to be the free throw shooting in the fourth quarter, late down the stretch. Yeah. You're going to go to the stripe, get fouled a lot, but you called it 13 for 15 from the free throw line. You only manufactured 4 points other than free throws. So I think the smart play of the game for Chapman has to be their free throw shooting in that fourth quarter.
Good call. I'll agree with that. And one last thank of our sponsors before we close it out here. DK Sports and Fitness, also Smoky Valley Ag Services, Amanda West Agency of State Farm Insurance in Abilene, Astra Bank, along with USD 473 Schools in Chapman, KVK Heating and Air Conditioning, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and of course the Irish Classic Tournament, brought to you here on Salina Post all week long by Kyrsten Ross, Realtor at RossHouses.com. Unlock your happy when you buy or sell your next home with Kyrsten Ross. You can watch all these games on demand on YouTube. Just search EagleCom TV and you can see all the action of games that have been archived. You can watch them at your convenience anytime that you want. I want to thank you for watching Irish Classic Basketball Tournament here from Chapman. Have a safe weekend. We have more action coming your way next week.